welcome to session 42 of the Wrath of the Immortals storyline in the Hollow World. Last session we had Let's Catch a Dinosaur, with Lech put something up the dinosaur's butt. And tonight, following on from that, we have at the table Stefan.
Hi. I'm playing Rhea, who is currently I think he's stuck in Autumn at the moment. Autumn Eladrin. I'm a sorcerer, because everyone thinks I'm a wizard for some freaking reason. And weird stuff is happening in this place. It's not cool. I don't know why we're here, but there you go.
You did talk to one of the gods of air.
We did, and we're trying to find these goblins who got themselves caught, apparently.
Yep.
And trying to destroy the world, because yay.
Because someone did the Pinky and the Brain theme.
Yep.
Okay, so that is our Eladrin Rhea, and next up we have is Emerus. At least probably not back yet. I'll move on to Grace. Is Grace there?
She was on mute a moment ago.
Yes, I just had to unmute myself. Sorry.
All good.
I am playing Little Miss. She is on shore leave from her pirating days, along with her shipmate / friend Nasty Stump, who they have both been enlisted into the adventuring by Rhea, who is paying them for mercenary work, basically, or any kind of help that might be required, surgery aside. Mm-hmm. She is also a sorcerer, not a wizard, and has recently come into contact with a god who has gifted her a very fine dagger and seems to be a friend of the god she follows, so she's okay with that.
Okay, next up we have is Jeremy.
Good evening. This evening I'm playing Dimitrios, a Chaldaran sage, a scribe, all-round helpful person, and obviously not a wizard.
So totally not a wizard.
But yes, generally someone whose knowledge and bountiful understanding of the world and everything around him is useful and valuable to all people he meets.
That's way too flowery. Turn it down a bit.
If he actually chooses to share that information and not just laugh.
Well, he doesn't normally share the information, so that is more information than he normally shares. You have to admit that, don't you?
Yeah.
Hey, no. Dimitri's happy to tell everyone about what they need to know. If they're willing to listen.
If he doesn't think they're willing to listen, he doesn't start.
Well, it's usually the fact that people turn off after he started talking for about 5 minutes. Gone on for 15 and still hasn't actually started on the topic yet. But
yeah, you're that person who knows there's a trap there, lets us walk into it, and then goes, by the way, there's a trap there.
And this is the lever you should have pulled. Click. See, look, the trap's now disarmed.
So thanks a lot.
Okay, and next one up we have tonight is Martin.
Hello, I'm playing Willie Toscobble, who is a halfling bard and has the 8d6 ready for his fireball. In my notes, I have written Dimitri all around unhelpful person, but whatever.
Hey, I'm sure the truth is somewhere close to that.
Yep, that's right. Happy to. Somewhere between fireball and him being unhelpful, we'll all get through.
Okay, and online is Emerus back.
Apparently not.
Okay, so describing what happened last session, a few sessions back. At the start of this storyline, you had been asked by Redarian to investigate a case of missing princes for the Principality of Galantry. Whereas missing princes strikes the idea of rulership of the country. Getting there, you find out it's two goblins. No one who's actually in charge of the country.
Can I have retrospectively asked just one question? I mean, Little Miss actually doesn't care, but me as a player is just curious why we've decided to help Galantry.
Redrin asked.
Oh, fair enough.
He's the one who actually asked if you could do this because he's the one paying you guys.
Yeah, well, Little Miss doesn't care because she goes where Rhea tells her to go, so...
Well, he's paying Rhea.
So it helps.
I'm back, by the way, sorry.
Okay, so Emerus, would you like to introduce yourself?
I am playing Nasty Stump, the dinosaur proctologist. And I am a halfling fighter who half the time pretends to be a man by having fun metal legs, by pretending to be human. And
sensitive about his height.
I am a wee bit sensitive about my height, yes.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. But I've also been going through a bit of a crisis of identity recently. You know, deciding to be a doctor or a proctologist, and I'm really intrigued to see where things go.
Yes, I'm sure you will have an interesting time convincing the rest of the party to let you examine them.
Are you suggesting that he might have a short attention span?
Yeah, I had that one.
Well, he's struggling to measure up being a fighter, so he's trying to be a doctor instead.
Sounds reasonable.
Little Miss will make comments on occasion whenever you talk about a career change about how you have to come back to the ship with her at some point.
But I don't want to.
I'm sure the ship can use a doctor or a proctologist or
Proctologists are called something different on a boat.
Yes, what do they call you? Darling! Okay, so you are on your way to the Azcan population in Hollow World, having seen their buildings from afar. Dimitri was able to tell you a little bit about it. You got to meet some of their followers before they were burnt to cinders.
And just to be clear, Azcans are the ones that Plowman picked a fight with, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Okay, certainly, again, if anyone was willing to listen to Dimitri, he's mentioned the fact that this world is one where fighting is not the way to succeed. The world is literally against you if you try and fight your way through it.
Well, I'm willing to listen to Rhea as long as Rhea's happy to be inspiring and give me 11 temporary hit points.
Yeah, if people listen to me. Because the last time I tried, everyone's like, Dimitri's like, hey, look at me, and nobody listened. So...
Rhea, you are always the leader as far as Little Miss is concerned.
And Nasty.
See, look, with those two behind you, how could you lose?
Well, considering one loses his appendages daily, it's kind of, you know, a bit of a hit.
And he changes careers.
I do collect spares, though.
Yeah. By the way, you do have a hand axe that Playman doesn't want back.
Yeah, I've already told him that.
I always thought I'd just put it on, on video again, just so you knew. Okay, so
I appreciate it, thank you.
you can see a herd of Triceratops in the distance, off to the left of you as the cityscape is to the north of you. So, one of the amusing things about Hollow World, north is up, but east and west are reversed. So if you look at a compass, you won't actually be able to go. They basically are the inside of the world. So
Okay.
they go the same direction as you would. East on the outside is actually west under here.
Yep.
So they.
I actually want to question the scientific validity of that.
You can if you like, but the thing is, the sun doesn't rise and set in the west here either. So you
We're
can't
in
say.
the hollow world, and the compass is the part of that you have a scientific issue with.
It's nasty after all.
Okay. Okay. Well, Dimitri will be up and ready to go whenever people want to move.
Okay.
Do people wish to obtain mounts? Because, yeah, okay. The large quadrupeds over there would make perfectly good mounts, I'm sure.
I'm
I
happy to
feel
walk.
like I have to speak up for David's character here while he's not here yet and say he probably would vote for that.
What should I offer to help him?
How big a herd of Triceratops are we talking about here?
You're looking at about 50 of them moving about together.
Right. So Dimitri, okay, well, they'd make a fine mount, but I don't know that we want to try and take on that bigger herd of them. So,
Could we sneak up on them?
You could. I'm sure everyone would be happy to wait here while you go off and sneak up.
That never bodes well.
And while you're sneaking up, don't mind if they're not there when you turn around. They're waiting somewhere for you.
oh, okay. We're just sneaking as well. You didn't pass your perception check to where we're hidden.
Right.
So just
Well,
because they seem to be heading in a direction other than you, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, I'm not too stressed. Well, I'm up and ready to go with everyone wherever we decide to go next, as Rhea will dictate.
Fearless leader.
What? Why am I suddenly I'm confused.
That's
Well,
why you're the
I ain't
leader.
half the party.
So no, before we go any further,
Yeah.
Little Miss is gonna pull Rhea aside to talk in private and be like, "Hey, so I had this weird dream last night, or last day, or last noon, wherever we are. I spoke to a friend of my god, another god, who's apparently trapped. Simarak, his name is.
He's trapped.
And he gave me a dagger and said that the gods have stepped out of time and Thanatos is trying to destroy the world and he's using the Goblin Princess to do it, and we should probably track him down and stop them."
Did you say Thanatos?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know how this works. You need a gauntlet.
So she's only telling Rhea this.
Okay, well, we have been tasked to find these goblinoids in general, who our understanding is have been dragged here.
Are we meant to be saving them though? Because I'm not quite sure that's what the god had in mind.
I don't know anything about saving them, but to my knowledge, we're supposed to be at least removing them from this world.
Well, you had been tasked with returning them to Galantry City.
Yeah, so as long as we remove them from this world and return them safely to the other world, what happens after we return them safely is up for discussion.
Okay.
Nasty lights up for the stuff.
Did you have a weird dream like that as well?
Not to my knowledge, but I do know I'm stuck in autumn.
You spoke to the god as well, didn't you?
Oh! I might have, actually.
You probably called him an Estes, but Little Miss said Simarak.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was the same person, just different names because of, yeah. So yes, I had similar circumstances and similar words were also spoken to me. So it's probably a good idea to try and find these goblin words and bring them back to...
It's interesting that Simarak spoke to you, considering that you're not a Rendi, but okay, that's cool. It's obviously important.
This entire, I'd say underworld, but it's not underworld because it's a internal world, whatever you want to call it, is weird. And I don't like it.
Yeah, that's why the Shadowlands is not called the Underdark, because that's the between spaces.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I've kind of agreed to help this god. I'm just letting you know that it shouldn't come into conflict with our current plans at this point. But if it does, I'll let you know.
That's fine. My understanding is we're being paid currently for the same thing, so
Let's go catch some goblins.
we hope.
Did Nasty have a dream last night?
No, Nasty made his will save.
Hello.
Hello, David. Would you like to
Mhm.
introduce yourself?
Oh, hello, I'm David. I play Plumman, who's an Ethangarian human, awfully fond of horses, and very frequently finds himself not riding horses, and also having somebody destroy something that could have possibly been a horse, and isn't really fond of people who insert their prosthetics into the anuses of dinosaurs.
That's very specific, and I appreciate that.
I'm not naming names or anything.
Any random people that insert their prosthetics into the anuses of dinosaurs.
Alrighty.
So do we end up? Oh no, because you got something to check. So we're still actually not yet moved
Yeah,
on.
no, so Little Miss has
technically
now stepped
there's-
away from Rhea and's been like, let's go hunt some goblins.
Alright, well, if you'll listen, you can gather round and I'll give you some inspiring words, but I know half of you, squinty eyes, won't care.
So just so you
First of
know,
all, that's racist.
Yeah, right.
that's the symbol of Thanatos there for you.
I've checked the fine print, and there's no need for us to respect you in order for you to be an inspiring leader under that.
I think he's looking through the fine print
But I
himself.
do respect you anyway.
I can find my character sheet, it might help. So I can make the actual roll.
I lean over and mention to Rhea that having worked on the ship, I know when someone's trying to diss you without actually dissing you, and you just got dissed.
I'm aware, thank you.
So what are these inspiring words? How does that work?
I'm looking it up now. It's
10 minutes of awesome.
So he counts down from 10 to 0, and if you fall asleep, you're inspired.
Sure. let's
While
go
he's
with that.
dangling a little bit of this gemstone, and then when you wake up in someone else's clothes, it's got nothing to do with the fact that he inspired you.
Or the
And that's 6 friendly creatures, so it can include Plum's horse.
Except that he's not here.
And,
Wow, thanks for the reminder.
yeah, it just says 10
was
minutes
just
inspiring
thinking
your
that.
companions.
But let's face it. Would Plumber's horse
within
really
30
be inspired?
feet. You can see or hear you.
Yes, it would
Doesn't
actually.
understand you.
Well, he's got the slight problem. The person has to understand you as well. So if you say you never understand Rhea, then you have a problem with getting his thing. I couldn't help picking at the wording.
Yeah, I guess as much.
Well, the wording there does say "and understand you."
Well, the thing is, it says nothing about the title says inspiring leader, but the actual text says nothing about you must inspire leadership or anything. It just
No, he just has to stand up there and go, "Now you listen to me," and okay, have a bonus.
pretty much. It's kind of weird.
As long as you listen to him, you get the bonus. He can pull out the here's the guide to shearing sheep. And you feel inspired by him telling you about shearing sheep for some strange reason.
You walk away going, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Didn't know that about sheep. That's what I love about some of them, is that the name for the ability doesn't match what the ability does.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous.
Bardic inspiration is similar, yes.
It's like, I play a ditty to you. Da, 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 da. You feel inspired. Okay, so as you now have to make a choice, are you going for the Triceratops herd, or are you walking towards the Azcan people?
Aren't we in an incredible amount of pain?
Most of you...
We had a long rest, I think.
We had a good. Well, some of us had a long, uninterrupted night's sleep. Other people had weird dreams while they were sleeping, and
Those that had the uninterrupted day's sleep have the woke up with 1 level of exhaustion.
that's what I thought. Yes.
Those who spoke to the god had a fitful night's sleep but felt refreshed for it.
Yes.
Because it's always noon, so it's never a cold time.
So have I got a level of exhaustion?
Yes, you do.
Grace.
Wasn't my fault. I'm sorry.
Someone else rolled for her.
So you went and passed. You went and passed the rule cave.
I can see a puppy in the background.
Sorry?
I can see a puppy in the background. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Dogs are cute.
You sure can.
Okay, so as we're you've now got to make the decision of what you want to do next. So what's the plan, guys? Or should I say, what's the plan, Rhea?
Rhea's in a huff right now.
Well, as we said,
I want to ride a Triceratops.
yeah, but
If Climate needs help, I'm happy to help.
it further clarified that herd of Triceratops is about 50 strong.
We can isolate the weak one and pick them off one by one.
Happy to work with it, because hey, let's face it, it's not like Dimitri wants to walk.
Hey, you said you're riding them. All right, no, we're not dealing with Pathfinder. Thoughts?
I will go if Plumman wants to try, because I feel like I perhaps owe him a small amount for certain
Brown
transgressions. No, brown footer. That was the problem.
Yeah, happy to help with a Triceratops. Yep. That's my vote.
How much time will it save us if we get one? If we have enough to ride?
You have no idea because 1, they may not be tame. 2, you may need to spend time teaching them or building your own harnesses so you can actually ride them because you don't have any riding
It's not
gear.
about time saving, it's about for science.
Well, and also 3, we don't actually know how fast they go. Yeah, it really comes down to the idea of, hey, whether or not people feel like walking.
And I've got to find out how many hit dice they've got so I know whether I
pretty
can
sure these things
transform
don't
into
count
it
as
with
beasts.
polymorph.
So it is a 10 hit dice creature. Yeah, it is 10 hit dice.
Alright, wake me at level 2.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm guessing no. Like, hunting down 50 Triceratops probably ain't a great idea.
When has that party ever been about great ideas?
That's a good point.
So we had Triceratops. Rhea, what do you reckon?
Dimitri is suggesting that the taking on the whole herd will be a big challenge.
It
So,
does.
no, we
as
just
he
take on
said-
a weak one.
As he said, that combat, any combat in this world, the world works against you.
What if we dressed up as a female Triceratops and tried to seduce one?
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, I can think of a few things.
Like, we don't even know if they're potentially intelligent creatures that can deal with us. Like, maybe they'll give us a lift if we ask nicely.
Maybe you should get Playman to speak to animals again.
Oh, you can shut the fuck up.
What happened?
Ugh. The most boring owl ever.
Oh,
God, shut the
yeah,
fuck
no,
up.
I remember. I was there for that, I think.
Yeah.
I just think someone actually spent time writing that up in the adventure for me.
I thought you bullshitted it.
No.
Hey.
That was from the adventure.
Oh my god.
I just took it and ran with it.
Fantastic.
Okay, so
Either way, let's not chase down these Triceratops at the moment.
I don't recommend it.
it's like Camelot, a
Our
silly
fearless
place
leader
anyway.
doesn't recommend it, so let's not do it.
Yeah, I did
So if we're
recommend
going to the city, are we disguising ourselves?
As a Triceratops, I have
No,
bits.
as people, as bird people.
Right. I have bits of Triceratops, don't I?
No. You have
Oh,
bits
T-Rex.
of Playman's friend.
Could I convert
Yeah,
that into
Allosaurus.
Allosaurus? Could I make a disguise out of an Allosaurus?
Unfortunately, no, you hacked it that badly to pieces.
Of course I did.
You're basically playing the I'm a Lumberjack song the whole time you were actually getting out your leg.
Of course I was.
And then once you got the leg out, you cut up a bunch more of it for steak to eat.
Yep.
Ah,
And now not Little Miss, it was Kiki is calling herself a vegetarian from now on in.
right. Little Miss, did you have steak?
Yep. You
That was
bet
a
I
mis-
did.
That was a mistake then.
Get
I'm
out.
so glad you're becoming a surgeon.
Well, when he eats, it's a nasty steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's not becoming a comedian, that's for sure.
Actually, you know, when I try to think of a name, I'm stumped.
Or is that just what you call your
Leave
father?
this plane.
Okay, so everyone can make a perception roll while you're scratching heads wondering what you're going to do.
Well, I was about to say that Dimitri, having noted the lack of decision or progress, he'd actually laid down and was going to snooze again for a while since he was still feeling a bit tired after the poor night's sleep. So I'll go disadvantage.
Oh, that's 17, Martin.
Yep.
19. Which
11
feels
for
low
Willie.
because I've been playing a lot of Pathfinder.
Hey, first level and 20th level characters aren't too far off in 5th edition, but in Pathfinder, that's a minimum of 20-point difference on the dice roll.
That's all right. 10 for Dimitri.
Okay, so target number for you guys is 15. Who made the target number?
Ooh, just.
I did.
Yep.
And you did too?
Yeah, just.
Okay, so those of you who made the target number, you notice that there seems to be some sort of mile marker nearby.
Can we read it?
I have no idea what languages you speak.
Not that one.
Yeah, no, you can't.
No, let me just take a look. Oh, yeah, no. Common and Halfling.
So, which common?
The
Presumably
Hungarian
Fire.
one? Or, yeah, whatever the nation we're from.
The nation you're from would speak Latin, but would also speak Mackay as well as a few other languages.
I believe it's Thyashin that he knows.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that on the other character sheet. I just don't have it on this one. I'll have
And technically, you don't speak Halfling.
Yeah.
That's right.
You lost Halfling because the entire culture lost it, thanks to the dwarves. The dwarves were quite thorough in making sure not one Halfling remembered the language.
Fuckers.
There is a reason the Halflings hate the dwarves. But your chance of knowing Dwarven is greatly increased.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so it's not one of those languages. So moving on to the other people who saw it. Grace, what were your languages?
I don't think that it'll be ones I know, but I know. Oh, that's interesting. Somehow I've got Halfling written down here as well. I think that's because I used one of my language slots to assume that I was speaking whatever language
Nasty
The
did.
ship got
last
that
we spoke. So I guess I'll have to fix that at some point.
Swap it
But
with Mackay
giant...
if you don't. Swap it with Mackay if you don't already have it, because that is the Islander language for Irendi.
Apparently
I've got Irendi down.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So then you'll be able to come up with a few other ones as well.
Yeah. So how do you actually spell the actual name for the language?
Makai.
Yeah. So I know Mackay, I know Thyacian, and I know Giant.
It's not any of those ones. Unfortunately.
Apparently I know Thyacian Irritan? Whatever that is.
Oh, I think
Elvish
Tridalgan as well.
Doesn't sound-
Treldarin, yeah.
Treldarin. But I assume it's also not that.
It's not that either.
I don't think it was, but I think I've got the wrong languages.
So it doesn't ring a bell to any of you guys what it is. You are welcome to point out to your local sage and scholar, who's currently trying to sleep.
I'll wake him up.
Which foot are you going to use?
And where?
The one that smells like dinosaur butt.
I think you've got lots of, ones that smell that way now.
Dimitri's only barely snoozing. He says, "Hey, if someone starts approaching, he says, oh, have we made decisions where we're going yet?"
You can smell him coming from a distance anyway.
Dimitri, do you know how to speak read any of the writing here?
Oh, there's a good chance I'll have an understanding.
Well, there's a signpost over there that probably tells us how far away we are from where we need to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Dimitri, have a look.
Yep.
So I don't expect to tell you language he actually knows, but it's 64 mile.
Is that what you say?
Assuming you don't actually understand it. So, he'll take a look at the apparent distance that he believes the estimate of the town will be, and come up with it. But assuming it's not, Elvish, Gnomish, Dwarvish, Orcish, Draconic. So, I think all the other ones have already been tried. Alphasian, obviously.
It's not that either.
No.
Okay, so
he's taken an estimate as to how far away the Azcan Citadel is that we're looking for.
The language seems to be a mix of pictographs and lines.
I've got the ritual comprehend languages.
Would you like to use your 10-minute, give them a 10-minute rest while you use your ritual?
If everyone's happy, I can even probably sing them a song while I do the ritual, and you can get.
Is that where we start playing elevator music?
Yeah.
So give me a roll.
An elevator music roll.
Yes.
I got 18 on my ritual casting roll.
Yep.
Plus it's history, I think.
Yes, it's plus history, so basically an 18 but in its own right, because I doubt you'll have a penalty.
Plus
is a
8, so
success.
26. Yep.
And you actually, this is the first divination you've successfully managed to get off in here. Divinations normally don't work. Just so
remember also, did you have a good night's sleep last night? Because exhaustion gives you disadvantage on ability checks.
All right. I got a 17 on my other roll, so that's all good.
So it's still all good.
But yes, you're right. I did have a bad sleep, so I am at a disadvantage.
Okay, so you do manage to read it. It does say, it just translates for you directly, saying Chitterland Road is about 80 miles, basically you're looking over the stone. 80 miles looking over the stone is Chitterland Road.
Alright, I'll translate for the group. And since Dimitri's been here before, it might mean something more to him than me.
Yeah. We're going that way.
And it does seem to head towards the Azcan civilization. Okay, so how long do you travel for?
Well, okay. Considering you're already tired,
That's why I was asking.
I'm not tired. I feel great.
And I'm
Yeah,
seeing
Plummet
some
feels
awesome
great
songs
too.
along the way.
I'm keen to catch some goblins.
Remember, you got to catch them all.
Can I stop and just walk up to Little Miss and go, you keep saying goblins in a very suspicious manner.
No, the princes were after.
that's right. The ones
Catch
that, remember, the ones that have been taken over by the their predecessors who were Brotherhood of the Blood or something.
No, I understand that bit. It's just the fact that she seems really fixated on telling everyone that that's what she wants to do, and I'm not buying it.
What else would we be here for?
I don't know. I'm staring at her.
Hey, I tried to tell us not to come down here. I tried to walk back the other way. You guys kept coming.
Okay, as you look to the city, you see that the creature that you saw earlier rises up again from that city in the distance, and stretches out the pair of giant wings, and then seems to fly up towards the sun.
Hang on.
Right.
We never saw it return, though, did
You
we?
never saw it return.
So that's another one?
Might be some kind of illusion and not actually anything at all.
No. That's actually part of their closing of the work cycle period in preparation for the rest cycle each day or each activity cycle.
Like a clock
Obviously, day and
going
night
every
does
hour.
not. Well, day and night does not work here, but okay, that they set that off basically at the end of every in preparation for the rest cycle. So it's time to look around for a good place to camp.
We just
Interesting.
slept.
Okay, so everyone gets to make a flat check on a d20 and tell me if you get under or equal to or higher than your wisdom.
Sorry, we're trying to
Is
get
this an
what
ability check related, so therefore we get
higher than
disadvantage?
Sure.
Plummet got under. Very, very,
Sorry,
very
I didn't know
under.
what the DC is.
So you're doing a flat check on d20,
Oh, okay.
and you're comparing it to your wisdom score.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I got over on both, but that's not very hard with my character.
Well, you only did one anyway.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so I got over.
You got over?
Yeah.
Okay. Who
I
got
got
under?
under.
Dimitri got both of these rolls were under with a 1 and a 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
I
13s, which are over the 10.
Plummet got a 1.
Yeah, well, okay. Effectively, Dimitri works out as a 1 because it's disadvantage.
It was, yes. So the one does count. So, as the those of you who rolled under your wisdom, you start looking around with the everything seems to lose color, and then gets a tinge with a color of orange.
Wasn't me. I may be currently
Um,
orange, but it wasn't me.
And when you feel the when you see the color orange, you feel a lot stranger. It's like, yeah, Dimitri's right. We really should just sit down and rest. That's obviously the signal for let's just sit down on our butts and feel better for the day. We've just been running around and basically all the thoughts and negative thoughts run right through your heads about why you shouldn't be going on right now. And And for Little Miss, who didn't roll a natural one, it seems to go away after about a minute or two.
Interesting.
And what about the others?
You're still digging your the two who got natural ones are still basically feeling that way.
No, I
Yeah,
passed.
the ones who
So
actually got over their wisdom is
Oh,
saying.
if you got over your wisdom, there was no effect.
All right, cool.
It helps to be mentally unaware of the world.
Ignorance
God
is
damn
bliss.
it. Plumman,
Ignorance
the
is
least
bliss.
aware of anybody on the planet.
Halflings.
But look, you've just had a dinosaur that a beloved dinosaur die in your arms. You are very in touch with the world right now.
So Little Miss shakes her head a little bit and sort of shakes it off and looks around. And how long have we been traveling at this point? Have we traveled?
You've taken one or two steps from where you saw the mile marker in the ground. You haven't actually gone anywhere yet.
Right. Yeah, so she kind of shakes her head and then she looks at Rhea and says, "We really should get going."
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And you got two of them who are currently sitting down and looking like they're setting up camp for the night.
Guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, we need to go.
You guys obviously took so long.
But we need to go. What's going on?
It took so long to get started. We might as well rescue again.
I swear I will charm you so hard one day.
But we need to go.
We do.
I helped them to pack up again.
Don't touch my stuff.
Then get the fuck up.
Alright,
Leadership issue.
I'm gonna attempt to persuade them to come along.
Let's see how persuasive you are. Okay, so at this stage, I'm going to use your charisma saving throw plus 10 as a passive DC for Stefan to try to break you out of your lethargy.
Can I assist him by interpretive dance?
Sure.
And I'll do that through bagpipe music in the background.
So you play bagpipe music to the
If that
interpretive
will
dance
give advantage, possibly.
as Rio is currently trying to inspire people to get up and move.
Yep.
And I'm balleting.
Okay. Well, Dimitri's base charisma save is +0.
So you have no charisma bonus and no...
Well, he's got a charisma penalty, but he's also got a ring of protection +1.
Okay. So yes, so it's a DC of 10 to convince Dimitri to get up.
Okay.
What is Playman's charisma saving throw?
That's a very good question. You'll forgive me, I'm just trying to pull that up now.
All good.
And if you don't forgive me, well, fuck you.
Well, we already
Negative.
had someone do that with your dinosaur.
-1.
-1. Okay, so the DC to convince Playman to get up off his butt is 9.
Okay,
So
cool.
you've got a 10 and a 9 to beat.
10 and a 9, hey?
Yep.
Alright.
I'll give you advantage with all that dancing around. Apparently it's
Sure.
amusing them with that great force of will they have going for them.
Well, because I'm fakist, I also get proficiency ×2 on charisma thingies against humanoids. Alrighty, so that becomes. Thank goodness I have the advantage though.
What's your bonus and what's your numbers?
Charisma's got +3 modifier,
Yep.
and proficiency is +3. I'm trained in persuasion,
And you're trained in persuasion?
and it's +2 because of.
So
+9,
that
isn't
would
it?
be +9, yes.
Shit. Okay.
Which means that
That's-
all you had to do was roll a 2 and you convinced Playman and Dimitri.
I rolled a 16.
Yep.
+9 is what? 25? Is that right?
Yep. So if this was 2nd edition Pathfinder, you would have critically succeeded.
Funny.
But because
I'm
it's
glad my
not,
bagpipes were of assistance.
it was just a success. So
It's the
apparently,
most inspiring that you've ever been.
Yep.
with the help, of course, it was Nasty and Willie that was making it work.
Yeah, of course. Definitely.
Couldn't have done it without them.
The fact I'm fakest has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so apparently you two are majorly inspired by this elf that you'll follow him anywhere. You don't know why, you'll just follow him.
See, if you want, you can rest
Well,
later.
as long as he's actually going somewhere.
But if you follow me, we'll find a better place to rest. But we have to get there first.
And
As
learn
long as-
not to call him an elf.
As long as you're actually going somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, we're moving.
Point us in the direction that marker's pointing and we'll go.
I already said
Nasty
we're
asks
going.
if we should sit and maybe inventory our stock for a few minutes first.
No, don't stop. Don't lose momentum.
No, we're gonna keep going. And for every minute you lag behind, I'm gonna have to borrow one of your appendages.
Well, number one, I give you the broken one. I'm like, there you go.
Thanks. Much appreciated. I'm gonna put it in a sack and close it tightly.
No, I need it back because I have to fix it.
Oh, okay, fine.
Well, you just gave it to him.
Yeah, I'm asking for it back.
Yeah, when we get there.
No, I want it back.
Well, you better come then.
I am. I'm ahead of you.
Oh.
Well, then keep getting ahead.
Keep walking then until we get there. You'll get it back when we get there.
So, how long do you walk for?
Oh, crumbs.
500 miles.
We can.
And then 500 more?
Unfortunately, after a set point, you will start falling over and dying, but that's up to you.
I don't think we actually have any measurement of time here. Yet.
Well, Dimitri said that weird creature cloud-shaped moving thing signifies the switch between work and rest period in this place.
Oh, so if we watch that thing, we have a rough estimation of time?
Yeah, I guess so.
Do we know if it's like hours in our world, or...?
No idea. Dimitri might know.
I believe everyone's turning and looking at Dimitri at this point.
As I said, it was separated between the work cycle and the rest cycle, i.e., probably around the 8 to 12 hour mark.
So we're all travelling on a probably, and if it goes badly, please blame Dimitri. Let's go!
Okay, so you start walking towards the mountains. I need to check a walk speed for how many miles that will be walking. No, that's a monster manual. Wrong book.
I don't know, some of us are monsters.
Yeah, but it doesn't go on overland travel. It's normally one of my bookmark pages is overland travel. Adventuring, that's the one I'm looking for. So, are you going to push people to move?
What do you mean push them?
Fast pace, normal pace, or slow pace?
Oh, I'm not physically pushing them. I assume normal pace?
Because normal pace is generally 3 miles an hour besides terrain difficulties.
Is everyone okay with normal pace?
I am. Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Simon's all about it.
Which means in a day you should roughly cover 24 miles unless it's difficult terrain. You're looking ahead, there's mountains.
Oh.
Mountains don't bother me.
Yeah, well, neither do shoving your foot up. Never mind.
Sorry, finish that thought.
I guess we're heading up these mountains. Do we know if there's actually a route through here, or are we just going to try and find out?
Well, you can see
we're on the road.
to the other side of it, so you think you can guide your way through there.
Oh, so it's like a mountain pass, or a...
It's a mountain range, so the fact you can see the other side of the mountain range means that you should be able to work your way through it.
Oh, okay, alright.
It helps when it curves up.
Yeah. without climbing equipment.
Oh, you don't need something silly like that. That's just crazy talk.
Sure. Alright. I guess we'll keep going.
Okay, so you start pushing on.
Lyman has climbing equipment.
Oh, you can pass it around then. We'll wait till one of us goes up, then 10 hours later the next one comes down.
Yeah.
We're still following a path, are we not?
There is only occasional markers.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hoping
The
you're the one
marker
to
mentioned the road, didn't it?
Yep, the marker mentioned a road that was about 100 mile in one direction.
Yeah, so it'll take us about 3-4 days to get to it.
Sorry, but we're not going anywhere near one direction. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, that's completely up to you. You're just going to have to go with instinct instead.
It's still a better choice.
No, I would prefer 5.
Okay, so you start traveling on. As you're could everyone please give me a Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving. Oh yay! Oh, that is nice. I like that.
11 for Dimitri.
6 for Willie because I've got disadvantage still.
23.
My disadvantage is 14, and
You're
Yeah,
not
wasn't it?
disadvantaged.
I
He's
am.
exhausted.
Didn't you get the good night's sleep?
No.
No.
I got the exhausted.
No.
Having
It's
other ability checks.
I knew
Yeah, and
Billy
we
had,
didn't
but
have
I thought
dreams
Nasty
either.
Stump had a good night's sleep.
No,
No,
he
he
didn't.
didn't have good dreams.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me just check to make sure I've got down who's at the right exhausted levels. So Rhea is not exhausted. Little Miss is not exhausted. Dimitri's got 1 level of exhaustion. Nasty has 1 level of exhaustion. Willie has 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And I believe does Playman as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was people's rolls?
I got 19.
6
Highest
for
was
Willie.
14 for me.
23.
So I got 23 for Stefan, 19 for Grace, and the other two spoke over each other, so I couldn't tell who was who.
14, sorry.
14 for Emerus, and David got
Natural 20.
natural 20 with
And 6
disadvantage.
for Willie.
With. Oh shit, I have disadvantage?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All,
Hang on.
all ability checks, including between saving
I
throws,
mean, you could have rolled 2
attack
20s.
rolls.
17.
17. 17 still pretty good. And what did you get, Jeremy?
Pretty happy with it.
11.
11. Okay, so at this stage, just having to check a few things to make sure I get it all right myself. You do notice that one of your members starts to slow down. Willie is now at exhausted 2. Do you continue?
Told you we got to rest.
Yeah, we need
Look at
to
the poor
stop.
boy.
How long have we been travelling?
are you
Looks
how are
like
you
it's still
determining?
noon.
Sorry?
Looks like it's still noon.
How are you
Always
no, I
seems
determining
like it's
I
time?
didn't ask what time it looked like.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
Okay.
You might have covered about maybe 12 or so miles.
Right.
You're unsure about how far because it is mountainous terrain.
Yeah, we need to sleep.
Rhea, I think if you want the whole party to stay together, this is probably the point maybe to have a sleep, rest, whatever.
Alright, well,
This,
have a quick
we
little-
are going pretty slowly, but I mean, we don't have a lot of choice here. We're going to end up going even slower if we don't let them rest.
Well, let's
We
have
want
a
to go faster on horse.
Why don't we have a quick look around to see what's a good place to rest then?
Okay, survival roll. So Willie is currently on half movement, just so Willie understands.
I was actually just looking at that
No
exhaustion
worries.
stuff, Martin.
Yep.
Just looking at
Presumably,
Liam
ability
and Sonny
checks don't actually include attack rolls and saving throws.
No,
Because
that's
that comes at
on.
level 3.
That's on 3.
Level 3.
So apparently
So
it wasn't for the saving throw then.
Yeah, so we don't get disadvantage for saving throws. So.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. I
survival.
everything.
I just assumed ability
How many
checks was.
rerolls do we have?
Yeah, well, that's right.
You have 3 rerolls for tonight.
Can I use my reroll?
You can.
I did a survival as well. I got 22.
That's better. Okay. Yeah, I got an 11.
So your fearless leader reckons that this point over here is where you should rest, while Nasty points in the opposite direction. So does Nasty cede to fearless leader?
I just asked him, I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure over there looks really good. And I made a really educated, high-level decision on this one.
Yes, the pirate from the ocean has decided that part of the mountain range is better than the part you picked out.
Half of that sentence you just said doesn't make sense to me, but tell me why it's a good spot anyway.
Okay, because we're in the underworld, which means that technically what's up is down, left and right, things like that. That, to me, looks like a really good cove to park my boat. Except it's dirt. So that makes sense, because it's obviously a good place to rest.
what?
I don't like the fact that your logic is making slight sense, but I'll go with it. Because this world is just weird and I'm fed up with it right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it's fantastic too.
Because the more I talk, the more I realize that I wasn't making sense, and then...
Okay, so now that we're looking for a place to set up, you find a what seems to be a flat piece of nice warm ground.
Wait, warm? Why is this warm?
It's got constant daylight on it. It's always got the noonday sun on the rock.
Okay, that's fine.
So you touch it, it's basically, you think you can cook some food on here if you toss it down, sort of hot.
Yeah, that's not fine. What?
I can cast Liam's tiny hut, and that makes a dome, which is dark for 8 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'd like to know
So you've
why.
actually got a timekeeper if you use the dome.
Yeah.
Except it lasts for 16 hours here.
I don't know. It's not abjuration, is it?
It is.
Well, I need 2 long rests in order to get rid of 2 levels of exhaustion if we're willing to wait that long.
Can you have the effects of 2 long rests within the same 24-hour period? I do not think so.
I don't think you can.
I think it can for the purpose of exhaustion. I mean, page 291 talks about exhaustion of the player's handbook.
Yeah, I just didn't think you could have 2 long rests in 24 hours. I didn't think it worked.
Ria's kind of happy with this place, except he's kind of curious why we want to sleep on dirt that is hot as coals.
A character cannot benefit from more than 1 long rest in a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And Nasty goes over to the side where there's a little bit of shade from an overhang.
And you must have 1 hit point at the start of a long rest to gain any benefit from the long rest.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're at 0 hit points when the long rest starts, you don't technically get the benefits of a long rest.
Interesting.
And that is from page 186.
Alright, well, I'm on max hit points, so I'll reduce it to level 1 exhaustion from 8 hours.
But that might also depend upon whether or not we actually get effectively a good sleep. Remember, it was after we had a sleep last time that we came exhausted.
It is.
Ria's still curious as to why this place is so warm. Because, like, fair enough, the sun's overheating everything for the long hours, but how do we know there's not, like, some lava underneath us or stuff? Or an underground, I don't know, heating spring or something.
Unless unless all of the mountains are on a heated spring, I'd say that this is just more sun affected Earth, because all of the mountains have been warm.
The entire mountain range is constantly under sunlight. It never leaves it. It has no nighttime conditions.
Presumably, the terrain which we've been walking across has not been hot enough to cook food on. Otherwise, we'd be getting very warm feet, and it would have been a very, very hot day's walk.
Well, most of the stuff you've been walking on, it has angles and it has dirt and stuff. He found this nice smooth area that was perfect to lay down and set up on.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the side effect of the smooth area he found. Now, with the tiny hut, you could set that up and get the benefits of the tiny hut because you've got the perfect area to put it in.
Mm-hmm.
And it would counteract the disadvantage of the heat.
Okay. It's certainly, Dimitri's feeling too tired to be arguing about stuff at the moment, so...
Okay, so Martin, that would be a ability check to bring up your dome.
All right, I got 15 with disadvantage.
Yep.
Plus 8 for history is 23
And
for a third level spell.
Your domes brings into effect. Do you put any special colours on it?
No, just as a dome of force, and that I can change its dimness with inside.
Okay, so you can actually give them a nighttime condition.
Well, yeah, the idea is that everyone gets inside, I turn it dark, so we can all sleep. But I don't know if we're going to do watches or anything like that.
You generally don't need to with Leomans because it protects from things entering it.
I think you're thinking of the wrong spell there. Leomans is not the same. Doesn't give a lot of protection.
Yeah,
well, but it does say that other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. So, no.
That's what I'm looking it up now while you're using it.
Yeah, you only people he wants to pass through it can.
So, is anyone you don't want to pass through it?
just this group. No Triceratops, because that would be a large creature and would ruin it.
I know that it's a large creature, it's probably a huge creature.
No bird people, goblin people.
And that was correct. So the dome is opaque from the outside of any colour you choose, but it's transparent from the inside.
Oh, well, it can be rainbow then, because...
Can we not? Can we try?
I mean, if you have to
Rainbow's a
choose a
great
colour,
idea.
then...
Yeah, well, let's match the countryside or what it's on or something. Like,
Alright.
do we want to announce to the natives,
brown.
hey, we're here?
Ria, you're a bit cranky.
Our wise leader speaks sense.
Alright, I'm
Just
happy
saying.
to go with it.
Let's face it, Willie's feeling a bit tired. He's probably not all that concerned.
No, listening to Rio yell at me is fine. Absolutely.
I'm sure that's
fine.
the inspiring leadership he's going for.
Yeah.
He inspires by yelling, just like you play music with bagpipes. Okay, so you have this nice stable dome that will last you quite a while.
Okay. So, do we have to roll to sleep, or we can just sleep?
So, who is going to? Everyone going
It's
to take a
still the
long
dream
rest?
risk thing. I hope
I would like to.
the nightmares
If we're
don't come
allowed
again.
to.
I
The
didn't
problem
have
was-
any nightmares.
the problem was we didn't have nightmares, or we didn't have dreams.
Well,
No,
I-
you did. The people who ended up exhausted, they had weird, twisted nightmares of getting sucked into a vortex, but they didn't go through the vortex.
Yep.
Me and Ria,
Okay.
we had a dream of going into a vortex, but we got sucked in, and then we spoke to Anestus and woke up feeling refreshed.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, so
Just
Well,
out
all
of
I'll do is just hug
character,
Redrian's staff close.
because Leomans is a semi-dimension, alternate
it's
dimension.
not a dimension. It's just a evocation around you.
Oh,
Yeah.
why am I
Just a
thinking
barrier.
it's a
Okay.
dimension
Lehman's mansion is a door to another dimension.
That's what I'm thinking.
And
Yeah.
Tiny Hut would create a physical structure that was made out of force that you could then go into that had a servant.
I was thinking of the mansion one. Okay, cool.
Okay, so as you it doesn't actually dim the lighting, so you've got this nice bright sunlight.
Oh, really? Huh, interesting.
So the lighting doesn't get dim.
The lighting does not get dimmed. It just makes it oh no, it becomes dim or dark. Sorry, it does.
Yeah,
Yes, it does become dim or dark.
So I thought you were implying there was something particular about the effect in Hollywood.
Is this the first time since we've been here, since we've actually been able to sleep in darkness?
Yes.
Isn't this going to be kind of weird?
Well, you haven't had darkness for close to 2 days.
Yeah, so technically speaking, if you want our body clocks to not really screw up, shouldn't we?
Oh, we have had darkness because we did Lehman's tiny hut like 24 hours ago when we did a long rest.
Oh, okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. Continue sleeping, ignore me. I'll be awake after 4 hours because of my
I'm going to
trance.
sleep. I mean, there's nothing else to do right now.
So in which case, then you guys are going to have to wait up for about 8 to 10 hours before you can go to sleep.
Huh?
You haven't hit the 24-hour mark because I remember you got up, you did the dinosaurs, you came here. It's not been 24 hours.
No, we've only travelled 12, haven't we?
You actually travelled 9 hours because at the 8-hour mark you don't have to make an exhaustion check. At every hour after that you make an exhaustion check.
Right.
And so you hit the 9 hours of travelling and you hit the exhaustion. So you've been up for about maybe 11 hours so far, which means you cannot benefit from a rest for another 12 hours.
So confused. But okay, Matt.
I'm happy to wait to cast Lehman's tiny hut, but
Well,
putting that to one side, I didn't benefit from the last rest, so
That's right.
it's fucked.
And the point is, so we're feeling tired, or at least some of us are, so therefore we'll go to sleep. Whether or not we get benefit from it's a different question, but certainly as soon as the hut's up, Dimitri will be asleep.
Yep. Well, I guess that makes sense.
I'm in my happy place.
We dug our hut so we get to sleep in it.
Okay.
I mean, yes, if you had been more awake and alert, then you would have been putting the alarm cantrip, like alarm spell up around the thing, but that was too much effort at this stage.
If only I was an Abjura wizard.
Though technically you did benefit from the last long rest because you did get your hit points back. You just got 1 level of exhaustion as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the benefit of your 8-hour period is as long as you spend no more than 2 hours doing other activities, you get the benefits of a long rest. But as you now have to wait about 12 hours.
I'm happy to wait in the shade for 7 hours and then get my 8 hours, whatever it takes.
Okay, so do you wait until your spell ends?
I'm happy to cast it again if needs be.
Okay. Because at this stage, unless you're walking, you have no way of keeping track of time.
Have we figured out the pattern of that magical bird thing taking off from the city?
No, you have not. You want to wait till that goes off before you rest?
No, I'm happy to just keep resting, but...
Well, Dimitri reckons that about every 12 hours or so it's going to go off. That's what Dimitri said to us.
Yeah, but
so
we
saw it about 9 hours ago or whatever, it should go off again in however
I'm
long.
a bard. I can keep time. Whether I can keep time for 9 hours is a big question.
That is a big question. It's a hard thing to keep time.
I mean, I know bagpipes. I can keep time on drums and my lute.
Okay, Willie, give me
People willing to listen to that.
Give me an insight roll with disadvantage.
Right, I don't have that skill.
That's going to be a very
already
bad
at
roll.
Disadvantage, so whatever. Insight is wisdom.
The reason I said disadvantage was you were already at disadvantage.
Okay, so I got a 9.
You got a 9. Okay. You're looking at what Dimitri said will be able to help you tell the time, and you haven't got a clue. Those dots moving around up there don't seem to follow any sort of pattern your brain can follow. But the sun is sure pretty.
Well, I'll dull that shit with my Liam with the tiny hut.
Okay, is anyone else got any way they would like to try to tell the time?
Would I possibly have the ability to craft some sort of quick clicky thing out of my bag of bits?
I'm sure you can craft a sundial if you wish.
Yeah, I would like to do so.
Okay,
Really?
spend some time crafting a sundial.
I really don't recommend doing a sundial, Nasty.
When the sun doesn't move at all.
That's right.
But how do we know it doesn't move at all?
That answers that question.
Because it technically could be moving, just slower.
It's
So
the
I would like
one
to
thing
ascertain
you've learned
that.
in this place.
Well, you feel like you've been in here a very long time with the sun having very, very little movement.
Right, okay.
It's always looked like it's high noon, no matter how long you've been here. Okay, so Nasty, give me a crafting roll to put together a sundial using one of your legs.
Do I have a disadvantage on this?
No. Oh,
You're
actually, you've got.
exhausted, though.
You do. You got one level of exhaustion, so you have disadvantage.
So that's the lowest one was an 18. I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't touch it.
So you set your sundial up. You put a marker where the shadow's falling, and
Yep.
you sit and watch.
Excellent.
Nasty is now occupied for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, fantastic.
Fuck, you're a moron.
I didn't think I'd have to wait that. I'm not going to wait that long, obviously.
I'm just teasing you.
I would like to wait an hour or two and just see if there's any movement whatsoever.
Okay, using the sundial as a marker for time.
Yes, the point is, you don't know how long an hour or two is.
Okay.
You're
well,
waiting for a while.
I would like to wait for a while to see if there's any sort of adjustment to it at all.
Okay, so give me an insight roll with disadvantage.
Okay, so I rolled a 2,
Yep.
so I'm not even going to look at what my insight is. It's
Okay.
just a 2, so no.
Okay, so it seems to move around a lot.
Right.
And then suddenly it's on its side as you're feeling your face press against the ground.
Right.
I.e., your head, you were sitting there, your head was wobbling, clunk.
Yeah. No, I got it. I don't like it, but I got it.
Are there any is there anything to burn around here?
Yep, there's a leg sticking out of the ground.
No, I mean, like, is there any logs or tree
There's-
branch?
A lot of dried brush and growth. So there's a huge amount of growth around here because it is it has a lot of natural
Does anyone
lighting.
have any candles? I have an idea.
But so it's so there's no like logs or branches or anything like that. It's all like brush and grass, is it?
Well, you've gone up into a mountain range to go down into some plains, so you're currently above most of the tree line.
Right.
Does anyone have candles?
Does our fearless sage have candles? Nobody's got this snore setting. So, Jeremy, while you're sleeping,
Barman
can
has
you give
torches.
me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage? You can choose to fail if you wish to.
Never. Disadvantage. 17.
So you're having a nightmare while you're sitting there trying to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Everything keeps trying to drag you down. You're feeling like you're getting dumber and dumber the further you walk under this sun.
Knew I didn't want to be back here.
It's breaching out your intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, for lack of anything better to do, I'm just gonna lie in a patch of shade or in the hut or something where it's a bit less hot.
So no one has any candles?
Plumman will
No
spend
candles?
some.
You know, take
No,
candles?
I got a
I would
torch
like
though.
to stick 2 pittons in the ground and put them apart a bit and use my bedroll to make some sort of shelter so that I can just sit out of the sun.
I've got a few rituals that last a decent amount of time, so if you need to be able to tell time, I could talk to an insect with my Speak with Animals ritual. That will cut out after 10 minutes, so I can give Rhea a hand signal and say, there's your 10-minute marker.
Yeah, just hope the insect doesn't have Tourette's.
Um,
Get bored shitless of talking to Willie Toscobble.
yeah, I'm gonna sleep, guys, and while you guys figure out what you're doing until we're ready to go again.
What? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Plumman's going to spend quite significant amounts of time maintaining his gear.
Yeah, for the first time that you can ever remember, you're spending a lot of time with perfect light, which would normally be going off riding your horse in to clean your gear. You find it very frustrating the more you're cleaning.
Yeah,
It's like, I could be riding in this weather. This is horse riding weather.
it sure is.
Our world where the sun never sets, that's perfect for riding horses.
Yep, because the grass always grows.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like they have a winter.
Plumman kind of likes winter though.
Okay, so Jeremy, you wake up with a start about an hour into your rest, feeling horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You have managed to gain a second level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, no, then never mind.
Yep.
Oh, I was just thinking that, I think some of the attuned items we have certain replenishing qualities.
They do.
Whereas they probably won't replenish because if it's, say, a certain time of day, which doesn't exist in this world, they won't replenish.
I know.
Shit.
You have to figure out how to actually replenish them in a place that doesn't have those time frames.
That'll be interesting.
Because some of them say by the light of the moon, some of them say by the light of morning, some of them say by sunset, some of them say by noon's light.
Yeah.
Noon's light's like, it's noon's light, it's noon. This weapon's overcharging. It's not stopping to charge. Run! Okay. So, you guys have some rest and wake up. Dimitri looks rather shaken.
Do I still do I have another dream?
No, you do not have another dream, but you don't have any nightmares either.
Excellent.
So, fearless leader.
Well,
Okay.
no nightmares is technically a good thing. So is the hut gone now? Or are we still
Well,
in
the hut's there for more than 8 hours.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing we should probably continue if we've had some rest according to us. We hope.
Barely put my head down.
See, look, the sun's still in the same spot.
No, it's not kind of like that at all. It just sounds like
Seeing I was in a
we obviously haven't been here because, like I say,
I can tell you've had at least 4 hours rest because I was in a trance for that much. So you've had some rest, whether you feel it or not.
I feel okay.
Yeah, little miss is looking fine and perky. Very happy.
So are we gathering our things and heading on, or are we? 'Cause I don't particularly feel like
Nasty's
hankering
packed
down.
and ready.
Nasty's
Yeah.
packed and ready to go.
Let's press on.
Okay, so you find traveling this day is going a lot slower than the day before.
Yep.
As people are tired. How long do you push on for?
Given we're traveling at half the thingy before, it's probably not wise to try and go for the same distance. But we said
Martin,
Yep.
if they're going to force us to start off before we've had a proper rest, Dimitri's going to do a ritual casting of Phantom Steed before we set off.
Okay. You haven't had a chance to try that yet.
I know it'll only go for a short period of time, but that doesn't matter.
Okay, give me a... Let me have a look at this spell.
It's an illusion spell, so it's only like half effects and things like that. But,
so you get half a steed. Fantastic.
well, no, I'll get a steed lasting for half an hour that travels at half the pace, probably.
Yeah, that is just the best kick in the face from this world for that magic. It's like,
Okay,
here's a horse's ass.
give me the caster check.
Oh, well, the natural 20 I can't use, but the 19 I can.
Okay, so the horse...
caster check is going to flat like a 19 plus intelligence, so it'd be 23.
So the steed appears in front of you, about half the height.
Is it a pony?
It's a medium-sized creature.
Oh.
Okay.
Can he ride it?
It has a bit and bridle.
No, but like, is he like? Will it?
I'm dragging myself onto it.
Yep. You notice your feet are still on the ground when you sit down.
That's fine. They can drag as it goes along.
Might want to pick up your feet while you travel. Can you see any more from up there?
Okay. Though one thing to keep in mind for everyone else, if someone does 1 point of damage, that makes his horse go away.
Yeah, someone. Doesn't mean it'll come from us.
It's like, oh look, throw a little rock. Big whoosh. Where'd your horse go? Flight into a hailstorm. 1 point of damage.
Or a fly.
Okay, so yes, it is able to drag you along at normal speed, which means you're still going at half speed because Narcy's going at half speed.
Sweet.
Or Willie.
Oh, Willie, sorry. Willie's going at half speed.
Well,
Should
that's
try
right.
to get a good rest.
Because Dimitri's effectively asleep on the horse. That's why he's happy to let his feet drag. The horse is going slow. That's fine.
Okay, so...
He's just not walking for that period of time.
So you travel for 1 mile and you have another Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Each one has to make one.
I'm guessing this is standard.
Okay, and this is technically not a disadvantage.
So have we had the 8 hours first?
Well, no, but because of the fact that the disadvantage on saving throws only comes in at level 3 exhaustion.
And the reason it doesn't, you don't get another 8 hours travel is you haven't had a long rest yet.
I thought we had one in the tiny hut.
Do or don't have
No.
advantage?
No, you can you only get the benefits of a long rest once per 24 hours, and that is one of the benefits of the long rest. It resets that.
So the idea is technically
So
we're
you can
still
never have a long rest anymore.
No. So the idea is that technically we're still pushing on as if we were trying to travel for like 16 hours in a day.
Right. Well,
Is
why
why
are we
we're-
doing that?
Because apparently we've had a good rest, so we're still moving.
We haven't been able to tell the time, Martin. So what happened was Rhea meditated for 4 hours, and when my trance just finished, you guys have slept for 4 hours, so you're probably not as tired now, so we may as well press on. Because no one has any way to tell the time.
Well, I'm happy to say
And-
I'm not ready to move. And
Yeah,
nor is my
Blimey.
tiny
Yeah,
hut.
the
Blimey
thing
ain't
is, we
fucking
were
moving.
exhausted beforehand, and that's why we stopped, thinking if we rested, we'd be able to get rid of that. But because we actually didn't pass the required 24 hours, even if we did rest for the 8 hours, it doesn't matter, because we didn't pass the 24 hours.
Yeah,
And
so
that's why-
from Dimitri's exhausted perspective, He doesn't care how long we rest for. We rest until we're feeling better.
So, guys, you notice that Plantman is still asleep and snoring.
Yeah. So technically, you can start a long rest 16 hours after you finish a long rest, and you still get the benefits of it, as long as you don't have try to start it at 15 hours from a long rest.
Yeah.
I truly wish any of you guys understood truck logbook law. You'd be laughing a lot right now.
Yeah, see, I do.
Yeah, this is the subject of many an argument
Yes, it
with
is.
RMS. So I'm loving this. But anyway, Plumman's still asleep.
So as you try to get everyone moving, Plowman doesn't get up,
Oh, okay.
and Willie is arguing with you over the fact, and you can see Dimitri's on a tiny little pony thing that's slowly dragging him off into the distance, with him
Carry
snoring
on.
on its back.
I'm gonna chase down the pony and drag it back to the camp until we decide what we're doing.
You can't touch the pony. Your hands just go straight through it.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
I'll
Okay.
grab onto Dimitri then.
I was gonna throw Little Miss a rope as she runs off.
Okay, so you pull Dimitri off his horse and drag him back to camp. He's still sound asleep.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Am I wrong in that, Jeremy?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
And you see this little pony bouncing off into the distance. At some point, it just...
They're obviously still too tired to go anywhere. I guess we're just gonna have to wait until they don't feel. Can you check to make sure they're not sick or something?
I guess so.
Medicine check. You're the
Plumman
medicine
holds
person,
out a
aren't you?
knife when you come near him.
I still think the surgeon should be doing this, but no, I jest. I
Yeah,
jest.
wait. Did he hear my name? Did I hear my
No,
name?
no,
Did
no,
I?
no,
Did
no,
I?
no, no. Wrong circumstance, I promise.
Alright.
You didn't need a proctology exam.
Yet.
Everyone needs a proctology exam.
Pass.
We have to get the prognosis first? No, whatever it is. I got a 19.
19. Okay, so you've got two of your party members suffering from multiple levels of exhaustion. Nearly everyone suffering from levels of exhaustion. They didn't get enough rest, even though you'd stopped for more than 8 hours.
Okay.
They're not resting well here.
No.
They may need more time.
I will relay this information without medical jargon. And basically say we're all pooped. We probably need more rest. Two of us are extremely pooped.
And two of you have absolutely no problems, you and Little Miss.
Yes, for some reason. So perhaps we need to rest longer.
And basically, does Dimitri talk about his dreams, or he just snores away?
Dimitri's asleep again, or at least tossing and turning.
I'm gonna do an intelligence check to see whether or not, because I don't want to be meta with her, but she's got an intelligence of 14. But I'm gonna do an intelligence check to see if she's put together yet that Rhea and her have had dreams and they're not tired.
Yep. That'd be an insight roll, actually.
It's an insight.
Yep. Which is wisdom based.
Oh, yep. 17.
Nice.
Okay, so looking at it, you can make the connection that you guys had failed your ability to hold away the nightmare, and since you did that, you've been sleeping peacefully.
Right. So Rhea,
Mm-hmm.
I think these guys are tired because they haven't spoken to Simarak yet.
So, are you implying we should give them a experience with a deity?
I'm suggesting that maybe we should encourage them not to fight their nightmares.
Face the nightmare
Wouldn't
is the
that
only way
require
forward.
them to be lucid dreamers?
No, you can choose to always fail the saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Nasty says me first.
We need to wake him up and get him to, like, not fight.
Well, Nasty's not asleep yet, so can I listen in on this conversation?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
completely
not
up to you.
being quiet about it.
Yeah. Well, I go, well, that sounds workable. I'd like to not be exhausted, so I will try that.
Okay, so
Okay, well, maybe what we should do is wake them up one by one and try and convince them to stop fighting their dreams.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the backup plan is just make sure Nasty wakes them up in their face and says, "Listen to your dreams" in a deep, meaningful voice.
I'm
Yeah, I
going
would
to,
do that.
Can I do that?
If the first one doesn't work, yes.
Okay.
or you can
I'm
get.
going to wake up Plowman, or attempt to.
Gleeman, someone comes up to you. You wake up.
Having bad dreams?
No,
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I do not dream.
Not a disadvantage yet, though, so that's next level.
Critical fail.
Okay, so he doesn't wake up.
Oof.
As you can see him, clummy to the touch, and while she's trying to wake you up, you're having this visitation. Playman, you're standing in front of a. Let's see, I've got the description of him. I'll describe him again for you. It has been a week or so. So he is. If I actually get to the right page.
And I'm assuming by this point, Nasty's fallen asleep as well.
Nasty will have fallen asleep as well. So he appears as a middle-aged, black-haired, corpulent man in ancient robes, and you can see symbol of the moon on him. He says,
Plowman says nothing. No.
Greetings, Playman. I've been trying to talk to you.
I don't like visits.
Well, you're visiting me right now.
I don't like it. Why am I here? Where am I? Why am I not asleep? I was asleep and it was fantastic.
Well, you were sleeping. And
Yes.
sleeping about riding dinosaurs is an interesting thing to sleep about. But always waking up to the fact that your dinosaur gets something shoved up its bum and making it fall over and die while you're riding it is really a poor way to finish your dreams.
Well, look, as long as the creature that I want dead is dead, it doesn't matter how it is.
Yeah, except you keep calling him by your favorite horse's name.
Rajem is not a dinosaur.
I know, but you keep imagining him as one because they seem to run so fast.
Yes, but not Rajem.
Rushem is doing nicely, by the way. Thank you very much.
How do you know where Rajem is?
He's currently in Galantry City teaching a stable hand how to be a stable hand.
Oh, I love that horse.
Only broken 2 bones in his hand so far.
That's disappointing. Anyway, why am I here? What do you want?
Well, I'm offering you a chance to get your gods back because they seem to be away right now.
Look, whenever in Uyghur army, in Ethungarian army, if somebody says, I have an opportunity for you, that is bad news.
I don't have an opportunity for you. I'm asking you to help your god.
Don't worship gods.
Yes, you do. You do have the god of the sun, Tubak the lawgiver.
No, we care about the great spirits, not gods. Gods are nonsense.
So you deny your heritage gods?
They're not gods, they're great spirits.
Immortals.
Okay, the spirit Tubak, the yurt dweller.
Yes, that one.
And Krisha, the trickster god.
Spirit.
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 Potato, spirit potato.
He's not God.
The trickster spirit, the one who likes to
Yes.
play practical jokes on you.
I don't like him, but yes, what of them?
They may not come back. You may not have any ancestral spirits.
I mean, look.
The Grim
that
Reaper is
matters-
currently trying to kill them all.
It matters for a lot of people. It doesn't matter too much to me.
Well, if you have no gods, you have no more horses.
Look, I won't argue with you. What you want me to do?
Well, considering I'm wanting you to do something for me, I'm quite happy to keep talking at you every time you don't do stuff for me, and just spend an eternity giving you instructions that you don't listen to. Or we can, cut to the chase.
Are you yourself what we might call a god?
No, I'm a spirit.
Oh, he's funny. He's very, very funny. Oh. Look, all I'll say is every experience that I've had with gods over the last sort of year has not been fantastic.
Well, let's see. You've spoken to Proteus. Proteus doesn't like you much. He told me himself. He said you weren't very proactive on the converting thing. You only converted it because you were required to if you didn't want to be killed. And then there was the dwarven god Kagya, who said you weren't dwarf enough for him.
First of all, Proteus does not care about anyone or anything. And that dwarf god, he did not give me what I asked for.
It's a dwarf god. You're not a dwarf. He doesn't actually have to give you anything that you asked for.
We made deal. He reneged on deal. I'm glad I don't have his crappy little pig. Or whatever. Don't care.
I can have it come back for you.
No. Anyway, what you want me to do, just tell me, and I'll see if I do it or not.
Well, I would like you to stop whatever the goblin princes are doing.
Oh, yes, I can help with that. I don't like them anyway. Can I kill them?
Isn't that what you're good for?
I mean, that's what they do.
Well, if that's what you do, you're the perfect man to do that sort of job.
So I can kill the goblins.
I don't know, you could probably try. They are a bit hard to kill.
It's okay. Look, all I'm saying, you don't mind if they die.
Everything dies eventually.
Look, what I'm saying is, you don't mind if by some chance I actively kill goblin. That is finality that may or may not happen. Well, you obviously want them to be stopped. I can work with that, but if they die, that's okay too, right?
Well, if you're going to kill them, make sure they're dead, because just stabbing them through the heart's not going to do it.
Oh god, I will burn their body upon the fires of giant mountains and dragons. I don't care.
That sounds like a good start. Have you got a mountain of dragons?
Oh, look. Oh my god, I hate gods and spirits. It's just the worst. Oh! Oh, look. You want goblin stop. Is that it?
That is correct. Actually, I'd rather you stop the god of death, but depends on how you want to go about that.
Death comes to us all, my friend.
He will be coming for you personally soon.
Jesus, look.
No, not Jesus. Thanatos. Thanatos, get the name right. If you're going to call out to him, call out for Thanatos.
Oh, okay, so you make Thanatos stop and goblins stop and all. Just makes everyone stop. Look, I'll be perfectly honest. Have you spoken to my other chumps? I mean party members?
I've managed to get through to 3 of them, but most of them are resisting. Especially that one called Dimitri.
Yeah, I would too if I were Dimitri. He's kind of hard-headed. Can't imagine why. Anyway, so the others know, right?
Well, some of them do, yes. I'm still trying to get through to some of them. They seem to be very hard to reach. But you'll sleep better, and I can stop the nightmares because your gods are no longer here to protect you. If you have no god, you're constantly under nightmare conditions.
Oh my god, I hate this place.
Well, your gods aren't here, so you've got nightmares.
Horses are true gods. Anyway, which ones do know? Which ones know about the thing?
Well, you've got the really nice girl called Little Miss, and you've got the really nice elf called Raya, and you've got that really strange elf called Kiki.
Okay, so that's it. They know what to do, right?
Well, he hopes so. He did try to explain it to them.
Alright, I don't care. Send me back, I'll do... They know the things. Just let me go back to sleep, please.
Okay, he'll let you go. You're woken up by Little Miss.
Oh, Jesus, look, he's spotting me. Go away.
Oh, good. So I don't expect you. Go have a sleep.
Just leave me alone.
And as you're laying there, you're cuddling Whelm as you hear Whelm talking to you.
Are you fucking kidding?
Sing you a lullaby to sleep.
Okay, so can you guys all make fortitude saves to stop your eardrums from being burst by the scream of anger that Plumman is about to make?
Fortitude, so Constitution?
Whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Look, I'd say the DC is -1, but look, oh my god. Are you serious, Mark?
I'm serious. He gave Whelm back to you.
Am I touching
You're
well?
back in touch with your immortals.
Not only are you touching Whelm, you're lovingly cuddling Whelm.
I throw Whelm out of the hut.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Not in a way that makes him want to do the powers.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
If you give me another 10 years, I'm going to be pissed. 17.
17. You go to toss Whelm and then realize he's far more comfortable being cuddled.
Oh, fuck off.
It's been so long since he talked to you and told you about how good you are.
Hyman goes back to sleep.
To the lullaby of Whelm. Singing you songs of battle and glory.
Yep.
At least it's not she said.
No, wait. Plumman opens his eyes, gets up, goes over to Dimitri,
Yep.
and shakes the fuck out of him.
Dimitri wakes up.
Listen to me. There is God, spirit, wank, and whatever. He's trying to talk to you. If you do talk to him, then you'll get an idea and you'll be able to talk. Look, just talk to the dumbass, okay? He's really annoying, and he'll keep being annoying unless you talk to him.
You really do need to talk to him. You need to let your nightmares win.
Dimitri, okay, when he got shaken awake, Dimitri crawled up, eyes still closed, started packing his gear up and things like that, getting ready to move on. Without actually listening or hearing what's being said.
So Dimitri's doing that, yeah, like he's picking up his stuff.
He's packing up, getting ready to move again, because obviously he figured, I must be woken up to be moving.
Plumman drags him. You can resist if you want, but Plumman drags him back into the hut, forces him to the ground.
Oh, I haven't got out of the hut yet, because that's all right.
Oh, okay. Plumman forces him to the ground, says, go to sleep and speak to the goddamn stupid bloody spirit god thing.
Go to sleep.
Just let the nightmares win, Dimitri.
Go to the dark side, Dimitri. You know it's true.
Look, let's make this easy. There is somebody trying to talk to you through your dreams. I will slap you if you don't pay attention.
If you don't want to be exhausted anymore, talk to him.
When you go to sleep and have nightmares, give in to nightmares. Guy comes, talks to you, is a massive moron asshole, and then he makes it so you can sleep better again.
Okay. I don't think he's an asshole.
So David, one thing your playman notices is he's not exhausted anymore.
Fantastic. I also don't... fantastic. I also don't care he is an asshole.
You have a feeling of satisfaction in the back of your mind. He likes that you think he's an asshole.
If I could reach your neck, even if it were 20 feet long, I would strangle it. Not you, Dimitri, this asshole god. Anyway, I'm going back to sleep. I don't care. You need sleep. Speak to the asshole, okay?
So, you woke me up to tell me to go to sleep. Thanks.
Bob, you know what I'm talking about now. Go to sleep, speak to Guy.
Dimitri, he's actually not an asshole. He's pretty decent.
He's an asshole.
He's the god of pirates.
He gave me that stupid Warhammer back. Whatever it is.
Well,
Oh, it's back. Fuck.
and he seems to have a personality change too. Whelm is actually quite nice to you.
Want to be. Right. Lyman goes back to sleep. Oh, hang on. There's one more arsehole who didn't speak to the arsehole, right?
No, I've agreed. Oh, yeah, the other one.
But
You wander over to.
Yeah. That whole conversation only repeat, copy and paste.
So how does Willie take it when he's shaken awake rather violently by Playman and told go to sleep except your nightmares, go to sleep except your nightmares, and then shaken awake each time?
I'm happy to do that as long as it doesn't take too much time,
And I think it's like stop shaking me sort of thing.
so I can get back to sleep.
Oh, yeah, no, if you agree, Plumman walks right the fuck back to his stupid goddamn Warhammer and falls asleep.
Oh, you didn't leave it behind. You took it with you the whole time.
Yeah, he thought he left
my
it behind.
staff.
You like that Warhammer after all, even though you hate it to pieces.
Hate it. I wish it was burnt in the fires of Mount Doom.
That can happen.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're going over to Nasty. You choose
Yeah.
to fail your nightmares.
I choose to embrace it with a loving cuddle.
Okay, so rushing right in, you're basically quite calm about getting sucked into hell.
Yeah.
And once you fall into hell, you do find yourself with the man in robes. You recognize him from your pirate days as a patron of pirates.
Hey, you're that dude.
Yes, for you, he's Cimarak.
Cimarak.
Hey,
This is either
Stumpy.
really good or really bad thing, right?
Well, he is a patron of pirates, and you haven't pirated anything for a while.
I've been collecting hands.
I've got some
Like-
things there.
I feel like it's a start.
You know, I'm a patron of more than just hands.
Well, yes, but I'm trying to branch out.
I'm also a patron of healing,
Oh.
and taking people's hands is not healing them.
Except I was healing him because it was poisoned.
Yes, but you've now been carrying the hand around with you,
Yeah.
and you took other people's hands off that weren't poisoned,
Well, I wasn't sure.
and then you inserted your foot up a dinosaur's behind.
Yeah, but dinosaurs are unclean.
Any behind is considered unclean if you stick your foot up it.
Yeah, but if you chop it out and let it air,
You're gonna do that for everyone you meet?
I mean, I'm going to make an assessment.
It's not a particularly piratal thing to do, nor is it very much related to any form of medicine whatsoever.
I apologize. I've obviously lost my way.
Would
good
you
sir.
like to have knowledge of medicine?
I would love to have knowledge of medicine.
Are you willing to take the medicinal oath of service?
Hmm.
Do no harm.
Hmm. No. No.
I'm more than happy to give you the knowledge you seek if you choose to do no harm.
Yeah.
Or whatever
Can-
you
can-
whatever you
can we
inflict
leave
on
that-
another will be inflicted upon you.
Is there anything else that I can do for you? Perhaps.
Yeah, we're getting to that. I was just having this query about some of your actions of late.
Okay. Well,
I have
look,
been watching you.
That's a worry because honestly,
I
I've been a bit
know,
lost lately.
I completely agree. It's a worry.
So
And
I'm
that
happy
talk
to-
about not going back to the ocean. Aren't you a pirate?
Wow, he is not letting you talk.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, look. Obviously, I wasn't expecting to, justify things, and when you put it all like that, I do kind of suck.
I am the god that you've been praying to for most of your life.
Yeah.
I am
and
your
haven't-
personal god. And you've not done anything to follow me. You even took medicine up as a mockery of my teachings.
I would like to drop myself to my knees and abase myself to him, and ask for forgiveness and
Give
for
me
guidance.
give me a religion check as you do so. You do not have disadvantage on this check.
No shit, that's a 20.
Okay, so you obviously abase yourself, and you say you want to do right by him.
Yes, and I do.
So he hands you a book, and says, "This is the code you will live by."
Okay.
Don't worry, it's the pirate code.
Okay.
But it
He who
is.
falls behind gets left behind.
No, it's actually a nicer one than that one. It's
Yeah.
it's the it's more the Arendi tradition of piracy, which is you look after your fellows and do right by them, and you try to set up those who are too old to go on so they can live out their lives in a manner befitting a pirate of their status.
Oh wow, I'm so glad Flyman doesn't know about this, because he would call that nerdy.
And it even talks
Look,
about.
honestly, at this point, I'm happy to accept whatever guidance is required because I am a bit lost, and honestly, it doesn't sound like that bad a thing.
And it goes through a whole lot of details about how you can actually treat wounds.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a bonus.
And
Cool.
at one point, does it consider amputation unless things like gangrene and poison is involved? But it does say that magic is a preferred way of doing it beforehand.
Right. So
Should
essentially, no more hand chopping, hey?
Yeah, no more hand chopping.
All right. I will accept that, but only because you're you, and obviously, yeah. I'm sorry.
And he says, "Is there one thing I can do to make your life better?"
Honestly, I met up with like my old. She used to say she's my protector. I'm gonna say captor. She used to. I've been feeling a little bit lost, and I was just wondering if maybe you could give me a cause or something that I could believe in. Like, having you here in front of me, I am absolutely sold on the fact that,
Well,
I could be doing more, and I'm just wondering if you have anything that I can do to prove myself.
there is one great thing you can do. You can free me from a prison that Thanatos has put me in.
What? Wait. Sorry. You're in a prison,
I am in a prison.
and you spent all this time berating me,
Yes.
which is fine because I earned it. And you didn't lead with, you need help. Of course, I'm gonna fucking help you. What do you need me to do?
Well, I needed you to, first understand that some life choices needed to be examined. Otherwise, you might not actually go down the right path.
Right. Okay. Well, I will accept that. How am I helping you?
You are currently on a quest to stop two goblins and a wizard.
Consider it dropped. Do you want me to kill them all?
I want you to stop them. I don't care by what means you do, but they have me trapped.
Oh, I meant my party. But no, that's fine. That works too.
They are behind. The Thanatos is behind my imprisonment, but they are maintaining the prison.
Right. Okay. Yep. No, that's fine. Have you got any advice, guidance, hints you can give us on how to get that done quicker? Because we're kind of wandering at the moment.
Try not to delay too long, for each spirit that rises up to the sun reduces its power.
Okay. So
And
what's
if you wait too long, the sun will go out.
What's the quickest way for us to get this sorted out?
Well, what are you willing to give up to as an offering to take some of my power? As a follower of mine, you actually have more chance than the others.
My voice.
Unfortunately, that is not precious enough.
Yeah. Anyone else hearing the conversation would be thinking, woohoo!
I have 2 leg constructs. One of them's broken, but one's working.
And they mean a lot to you, do they not?
Yes, but I was going to say I would give them up or one of my legs. You can choose.
I'd give my right leg to help you.
Honestly, yes. I'm kind of fond of my left one, but my right one, it's yours.
It says, okay, deal is done. And you find yourself waking up.
All right, what's missing? Legs or or my leg?
Your constructed legs are missing.
Okay, that's honestly not. It could have been worse. All right.
And you don't feel exhausted at all.
I would like to just take a minute and just breathe a sigh because I suddenly feel like there's purpose and meaning and life has perked up, and I would like to just hop up. And who's closest to me?
Playman, who's currently sleeping.
I just give him a hug. I kind of cuddle in spoon-like and just embrace another being.
As you go to hug him, you notice Whelm's there, and it starts to vibrate as you get closer.
I hug it too.
Okay. So, as you go to hug, suddenly the hammer whips out at you with a attack with advantage from Playman.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this hammer still hates halflings.
Okay,
Right.
okay. The halfling went to the dwarven hammer.
I've gotten rid of Whelm. 20 to hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So there's a big crack of thunder in the dome as Narcy gets knocked out of the dome.
You
Fair
just
enough.
got Team Rockets blasting off again.
Yeah.
You land outside with this rather big welt on the side of your head.
Honestly, that's okay. I probably should have hugged him without consent. I kind of walk inside
And Playman's still sound asleep.
yeah.
Yeah, if I'm honest, Plumman was actually going to do exactly that.
Did
Hey,
anyone
the hammer
else see it
always
happen?
looks out for you. You know that, don't you?
Did
Shut
anyone
up.
see that happen?
What was that?
Did anyone else see it happen?
When
Yeah.
I heard the noise, I would have looked up and around to look at what was going on.
Little Miss and Raya both watched that happen.
Yeah.
You okay?
He's got an
Yeah.
imprint of the Dwarven Lords on the side of his face.
Good distance.
I just spoke to Simarak.
He's a decent guy, right?
He is everything.
And you notice that he's actually holding one of the Arendi holy books.
And he gave me this.
She looks very reverently at it and
Oh,
half
you
holds
fucking
hand out to touch.
nerds.
Is that what Playman says in his sleep?
No, Plumman's asleep, obviously.
He gave you that?
He did. He bade me to save him. And he took from me an offering, which I was happy to give. And now I am resolute that we must save him. I think I need to sleep now to make sure that I get all my rest, and I might have some hit points to heal.
You feel completely energized except for the fact that you've taken a big swack in the side of the face.
Have I taken any damage from that?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm just going to rest this off.
It
Because
was
everyone else
27.
is... I didn't need to know.
Oh, now you know.
And I'm really happy. And I give her a hug.
Plumman throws a hand axe in your general direction.
There you
Shut
go.
up sleeping.
I catch it and add it to my collection.
Does that mean that you're rededicating to piracy?
Yes. I know I've lost my way, and I feel like I'm coming back.
Well, that's great news.
Okay, so now moving over to Dimitri. Does Dimitri go and fail his saving throw, or does he roll for it?
Oh, he said that's deliberately failing saving throw. Dimitri comes from Keldara. Vampires bring nightmares.
I know.
You don't allow them into your mind.
Give
Alright.
me a saving throw for Dimitri.
Oopsie.
Well, I got the natural 20 in one of the rolls again, but this time it's only a 7 on the other one, not a 19. So, so
I
what
don't
was it
believe
to
you
say?
have disadvantage for this roll.
No, because I've got
I don't think you do for this.
Not
I
yet.
don't have disadvantage on saving throws yet, do
You
I?
do not,
No.
so you're going to have to roll again because you rolled twice.
Yep. Yep, no, happy with that. 11. It was a wisdom save, wasn't it?
Yep.
17.
17. Okay, you're having horrible nightmares. You're dreaming of vampires and werewolves and bears,
Yep.
all calling out your name and hunting you through the forest. Okay, so Willie, do you succumb to the nightmares or do you fight them?
And yeah, happy to accept the nightmares, dreams, whatever they are.
Okay, so you as well find yourself before the god Cimarak. You recognize him.
Okay.
He
Any relation to Redrian?
Well, he is a patron of halfling piracy.
Okay, I don't think I'm much of a pirate, but I'm happy to sing songs about swashbuckling and stuff.
He's also the patron of cleverness, conversation, healing, merchants, money, profit, thieves, trade, and travel.
Oh, well, there's certainly a bit of thieving in there, based on my background.
So he says, Willie, it's Willie Toscobble, isn't it?
Yep, street urchin.
He uses your full name.
Okay.
It sounds as if
Also
your mum
known
would...
as Alwyn Farnarkle.
and he says it in such a way that it sounds exactly like what your mum would say when you've done something wrong.
Okay. That's pretty good for a street urchin, because I don't really remember her.
Well, you might have heard at least...
I'm surprised you got a surname.
And it comes memories of her start to surface.
Okay. It's very nice.
So, Willie, I know you're not very devout.
I've got this magic staff.
Yes, but as all people
That's
of...
twice as long as the end of my arm. That's pretty devout.
It is.
That's
Well-
not what the ladies say.
As most people of this world know, everyone must have a god protecting them to survive. Otherwise, some minor accidents do result in death.
I feel a sales pitch coming on.
Only $9.99.
So I am offering to be your spiritual patron while you're traveling in these lands.
And so I've got this artifact of Redrian's. How does that relate to what you're offering me?
What I'm offering you is actually having death saving throws as a mechanical benefit. Those without a god do not get a death saving throw.
Right.
Atheists die quickly.
Okay, I'm happy to have a death saving throw.
And all he's asking in return is you try to stop the goblins and Thanatos' plan.
Okay.
And Thanatos' plan being to wipe out all the gods and destroy the world.
Happy to work towards that.
And he also says, apparently, Nasty Stump could probably do with a more devout name. If you could help him come up with a new one, that would be great.
Like a better halfling name.
Not just a better halfling name, a less derogatory name would be better.
Okay.
He is worth a better name.
I can sing a song. I'm not sure I can really bless him. That's not really my area.
Not asking for a blessing.
Okay.
But you are his kin. You are actually related.
Alright, I'll start singing a song.
He is your
With a
second
name in it.
cousin
Okay.
on your mother's side.
Okay, well, I mean, Alwyn Farnarkle is an unused name I can use.
You can give him your own name if you wish to, but then what name would you have?
Well, if Alwyn Farnarkle is unused at the moment, it was going to be my gnome alias, but I can use that as
You can
his
have
name.
many names. I have many names.
Alright, I can keep Alwyn then.
I recommend you keep your many names because it helps you with your job and what you're planning on doing.
Alright. So he needs a proper halfling name.
He charges you with that task.
Possibly just a name that's less derogatory. Less offensive.
Something to help him inspire to greatness.
I have to read that Five Shires book.
Okay, so you wake up feeling fully refreshed.
Woohoo!
And we're left with just Dimitri looking now on exhaustion 3.
And it's another level before I get greater restoration, so I can't help you there.
That's okay. Now he does have disadvantage on saving throws.
But again, okay, when he gets woken up, he'll immediately pack things up. Okay.
And he's looking worse than ever.
Yeah. Effectively sleepwalking through the process. But he'll aim to again call up his phantom horse to make the travel easier.
Okay,
Your stubbornness is actively slowing us down.
What do you mean?
Because you keep having these nightmares that you're not paying attention to and you're not talking to Simarak. You just keep getting more and more tired and you end up slower and slower and then we end up taking too long.
She's right, you're dumb.
You're the only one of us who has not spoken to Simarak.
He's an asshole.
I'm happy to talk to anyone.
Does
Well,
my
you need
book
to
have
speak to
some
him
sort
if
of
you want to
sleep
stop having the nightmares, but the only way you can speak to him is if you actually just give in.
I don't understand.
Submit to your nightmares.
So he pulls up. He calls up the horse again, and so the horse has a normal movement speed of 100 feet. So even at half, it's still going to be faster than other people. But as I say, Dimitri's not awake while he's actually on the horse.
So technically, you can now move out, having everyone had a rest.
And it sounds like he actually is literally embracing a nightmare.
It's just not flaming. He's got a
I don't know
mini
what
nightmare.
Phantom Steeds do in the Hollow World.
It's his mini nightmare.
My book have any anything I can help him with in terms of the exhaustion?
Yes, it recommends a good night's sleep.
I would like to go and inform him.
All right, and I'll start crafting a Ouija board so that the Nasty Stump can start creating his actual name.
What?
Well,
You haven't told him about that yet.
No, I don't know about this.
you
What are
must
talking
know
about?
it deep down what your real name is.
Look, I haven't been telling anyone about that, okay?
There would have been a halfling priest that blessed you by the name of Redrian.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know if I want to do this one.
Which one's out?
I'm gonna cast slow on the pony.
This has been the most productive session ever.
It's like you're not going anywhere.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's great.
And if my theory is correct, this pony should just disappear, because transmutation makes things return to their natural state, which doesn't exist. Slow as page 277.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Okay, so you're trying to slow the creature down?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a caster check.
That's a... Is it a spell cast? It's not spell attack, is it?
Just use your spell attack bonus for the roll.
Oh, okay. In that case, it's 19.
19. Okay. That was my DC. Okay, you get a 19.
Yep.
You feel the spell fizzle in your brain. It hurts.
The spell fizzled.
Yep.
Unless you're using an artifact. That's a Q.
DC to cast it was 21.
What? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the thing of 15 plus spell level.
15 plus
15 plus,
Yeah.
15 plus
Basically,
twice
get a discount
twice
of 5
spell.
if you've got an artifact you're using.
No, actually, it should have been just 15 plus spell level there. I'm looking at it now.
That's
So,
19.
no, you did make it.
I was going to say, because slow should only be level 2 or something, shouldn't it?
That's level 3. It's a level 3 spell.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to do...
So you're slowing your speed down to 25 feet? Is that what's happening?
Okay, so what he does is he does slow your horse to 25 feet. How many other things do you target?
Wait, I have a list?
Yeah, you can target up to 6 people.
Uh,
Creatures, technically. I don't think your Phantom Steed counts as a creature, Jeremy.
Well, it calls it a large, quasi-real, horse-like creature.
Okay, then it does count as a creature.
then both Dimitri and his horse thing.
Okay, so apparently, Jeremy, you get to make a wisdom saving throw.
I
the
should
one
get
you
any
failed?
bloody natural 20 on the disadvantage with the thing. So, but wisdom with a disadvantage is 15 still.
Okay.
What's your DC?
My DC is... Okay, it's not as good as I thought. Apparently it's 14. Is it right? 14, I think.
So he fails.
Okay.
Well, because what did you roll, Jeremy?
He said 15, I thought.
15.
And you got 14. Oh, then he succeeds. So your spell doesn't affect him, but affects the horse.
That's fine.
Unless the horse has the same spell DC you have.
I'd have no concern whether the horse has passed or failed.
Spell DC. 'Cause I haven't-
Okay, so the horse is now slightly slower than the party.
Spell DC.
I don't really understand why I wanted to slow the horse down, but okay.
Well, I thought that it would disappear because magic is weird in this world.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, the good news is that the
apparently
horse is
doesn't
only there
work
for
as
half
it
an hour
should,
anyway, so...
I tried a theory and it didn't work.
But the spell did.
Surprisingly. Where the
It's
hell?
okay, as long as he does it every half hour, he'll have a horse and he can keep up with you.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes him 10 minutes to cast it to do each time, but hey, because the horse is faster, he can catch up each time.
So do you start going off?
Huh?
You start heading off while he's on the horse?
No, I'm gonna ask someone to try and drag him back while he's slow, and however means possible, put the threat of whatever this deity is in him, because obviously we need it.
So does that mean someone's going to hit him with a good book?
Yep.
2 good books if it's necessary.
Yep, I'm in.
So Jeremy, apparently you've been dragged back to the hut again. You didn't even get a chance to fall asleep on your horse.
If the hut's there, and I've been put back in, I'll go back in and not even bother unpacking. I'm just going to lay down and go to sleep.
Give me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage. You actually got it this time.
I might almost fail. Where are we? 7, 13.
13. Okay, so for the first time you actually fail and get succumb to your dreams.
It's about time.
And you see a rather middle-aged sort of man with ancient robes, with that sort of a smile that you don't really trust too well, just waiting for you with a sigh. So Dimitri, you've finally decided to visit.
So, but from Deacon's perspective, okay, he got cut down into this dark well type stuff, and This person's at the bottom of the well.
Yep. So, Dimitri, do you understand where you are? You don't feel the effects of fatigue
In the
at the
hollow
moment.
world.
Yes, but you're not with your body right now. Your spirit is elsewhere.
I'm asleep. Finally. Woohoo!
Yes, you're finally asleep. Now, how much did Karatiku tell you about the Hollow World?
Well, I know everything I need to know. It doesn't get dark. Magic works differently. The people are protected. Yep.
Did you also know that the artifacts can help you bypass those protections? And those limitations?
Oh, well, okay, yeah, okay. So, just trying to start working. We're not doing. I know because you recognise things like that. Yeah. Okay. The diamond obviously has powers.
But you can use your own powers through the diamond, which you couldn't normally use.
Mm-hmm. It can do a main detect magic. Yep.
Yes, you can also use the spells that would fail here. So you'd be able to use communication over distance. You could charm or hold a creature with your magic. You still can't conjure anything here because this does not have a connection to the astral space. And you can transmute things that wouldn't normally be transmutable.
Yeah. But obviously, using the powers of the Immortals in this way normally comes with a cost.
It normally does. It depends on how much you're actually trying to do. And there can be some protections put in place. Do you have anything you're willing to offer in trade for my protection?
Who are you?
He shows you a symbol of a moon behind him. Lights up the blackness around you. Give me a knowledge religion roll.
Presumably not with disadvantage?
Not with disadvantage.
24.
You do recognize him and his symbol as Asterius. He is a god of the Makai, of the Alphatian Empire, of the Doriconians, of the Minrathad, of the Thyacians, and of the Yulari.
Mm-hmm. And when we first arrived and the voice came down and told us and showed us the three markings.
Yep. It was his voice.
That's okay. But Dimitri actually recognised Asterius at that time, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. So, yes. So he doesn't need to ask who he is. He recognises Asterius. Fine. Yes. So, yeah, we're still getting there. We're heading towards the where the goblin was at the Azcan Empire.
Yes, but your god is no longer able to protect you. Every time you sleep, you are at risk of having your soul ripped from your body by other forces.
That'd be bad.
That would be bad. That was why I was offering some protection, but you do not fall in any of the domains I normally protect.
Well,
so I was going to make a deal with you.
The Immortals can, I've got nothing. I'm happy to work with them as much as possible, but I'm not necessarily particularly concerned either way.
Well, I do.
I'm out to find out about the world. So.
I do know a lot about the world.
Indeed. So, but what are you looking for here?
I'm looking for.
We're already on our way. You told us to go and find the goblins we were already chasing because they'd been corrupted or taken over by the Brotherhood or Brethren, whatever they were for them. We're headed towards the Azcan Temple, the Azcan Citadel.
Yes, you are, but you're at risk. If you go there without the protection of a guide, you will not walk away.
Okay. So, Halav,
Halav, Petra, and
Petra,
Xerxes,
yes.
as well
Okay,
as the
so
rest
they're
of
not
your...
around at the moment?
The only other god on this world at this time is Thanatos. And I don't think he wants to protect you.
I don't want to. I wouldn't want to be associated with him anyway.
He is known as the Grim Reaper for good reason.
So,
But
yes.
I cannot give you my protection without some sort of bargain. You have people amongst you who I already deal with.
Good. Yep. So, what protection? What do you need?
Well, it's not what I need, it's what are you willing to give? It's the offer that's important, not and the meaning behind the offer, not the request.
Well, not much for one for the. Don't the we normally go for like offerings of burning incense or something like that in the temple, or
He laughs.
do you want the what's the food and stuff? Leave a milk out, course of milk out in the evenings.
Well, the offer is of something of importance to you. And the value it has to you is the value of the importance of the gift. You obviously haven't read up on dealing with gods yet.
As I said, I know I pay attention to it in an academic sense.
Academically, there's always a deal when dealing with gods, and the offering is the most important aspect of that deal. And the value of the offering is immaterial to the meaning the offering has to the giver.
And what's the name of this god we've signed up to?
Asterius.
Asterius.
Asterius. But he has many names. That's his official name.
Asterius, thank you.
Simon didn't have to give up nothing.
Oh, you gave up a lot. You just didn't know it yet.
Yep.
You're carrying him around with you wherever you go, in a sense.
My own sanity.
There's a reason that he has changed it, that Whelm changed his personality.
Fucking damn.
Well, Kagi is not here to give it its personality, so someone else has to.
I hate everything.
Don't worry, the hammer loves you.
Ah, the hammer can go take a flying jump off the Golden Gate Bridge for all I care.
But that's what you gave up. You gave up the blissful separation from the hammer.
Also, I didn't agree to this.
You said whatever a few times.
No,
You did actually. Yep.
I said that I didn't care what the situation was, just that I'd give it up, that I'd help him.
You did say
Anyway,
whatever.
doesn't actually care. Even if he hadn't agreed to it, it'd still be a thing.
Okay. Dimitri certainly, he still looks at it in the academic sense. Says, well, item of value. Well, I have gems, I have gold.
But
Because
do
he
they
has
have any
yeah,
meaning to you?
Of course, it's valuable.
In a sense of money or in sense of person?
Well, in the sense that it allows me to make my way in the world, gather the things I need to continue.
Well, that's a completely different form of importance. Could even be a memory. Could be the memory of your master.
What? You saying you want me to give up Lady Halia?
Or the memory of Lady Halia without actually Lady Halia herself being affected? But that is what I'm asking. Are you willing to give up something of importance?
Well, as I said, I was going to give up some gold.
Your rank in the military, perhaps?
Well,
I know you enjoy the privileges of being
that's my home. It's my place in the world.
But you're not really there supporting them right now, are you? So how does your place in the world there affect you here?
But it is the place that I wish to return to at some point.
What's lost could always be achieved again.
So, if I don't have that place in the world to return to, why continue?
Why
I mean, sure, there's always it's sort of thing. I always want to be out and about and finding out the world and new things, but it's important to have the place to come home.
That is important. So what are you willing to let go of? Just trinkets that you don't really care about that just help you get by in the world?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'd be willing to give those up.
All your trinkets? Is that what
Well,
you're referring?
Like I said, I offered you the gold and the gems. Some.
So you're asking me to take your gold and gems and send you back and then support you?
Probably God.
Yeah. Having someone tithe their earnings for the rest of their career is an interesting thought, he says.
Are we going to have to feed you for the entire rest of the campaign? We are, aren't we?
But
it's the reverse of the previous 20 episodes.
You could just give all of your money to me and I could tithe it out to you as he wishes.
No. Okay. From Dimitri's perspective, the offering of money or gems was, hey, I've got these items. I'll put them in the tithing jar. Nothing more.
I know, that's why he...
And it certainly wasn't going to be everything he had on him right now, because, hey, gods aren't that important.
How about one of those daggers you have with Bradshaw's name on it?
I thought you said you wanted something important.
I'm
happy to give that up.
Has a little bit of importance to you, but it has about as much importance as I have towards you and looking after your welfare.
Well, let's say
it's more important to you than the money.
If you have an interest and it is of value to or value enough to both of us, then I am more than happy to give up the dagger that would kill a guy that's already dead.
Who you know has come back.
Do we?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and he's more than happy to give up the dagger of Bradshaw's Bane. So, yeah. If for another, okay. Because, let's face it, the main reason to hang on to it was to ensure that it wasn't actually in someone else's hands, but...
I know.
Bradshaw's not that important to him.
But it's okay. The amount of importance you put onto that dagger is the amount of importance the God's putting on you.
Mm-hmm.
So he sends you back after that deal is complete.
Okay. And I will delete Bradshaw's dagger from my items.
It is now free in the world to go its way. Eventually finding itself to Bradshaw.
Yeah, into the back of his head.
You have visions of a certain cook holding the dagger.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think Bradshaw...
That's tomorrow's problem.
I don't think Bradshaw ever befriended him, so that's okay.
I know, but he looks very much like the sister and the brother that was killed by.
Oh, Dr. Do.
Yeah.
Whoops. That was me.
Yeah.
From
And you see on the blade, 2 more names appear in your vision. One being Nasty Stomp, and one being Raya.
You know what's really awesome though? I'm about to change my name.
I know.
Yep, I'm 4 different
Oh, really?
seasons, so which
Yep,
one
I
are we
don't
gonna
have to
get
cast Legend Lore when I get to level 9 to find out your name.
Okay, so that was the vision you got in your head.
Okay. But I get that's certainly a better vision than the other nightmares that were keeping me awake or not sleeping. So.
And the next thing you see is him walking out into what appears to be some sort of wedding reception with Bradshaw and the redhead halfling.
Oh, goody! I'm glad he found her in the end. With the cook up in the balcony, just getting the dagger ready.
No, he's the best man.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Can't make him nice and safe. He doesn't need to throw the knife at all. He can just go straight up into the back. Because obviously, yes, he's become Bradshaw's friend, so therefore, he's now available to use the dagger.
Well, you know that was the requirement of the killing in the first place.
Absolutely, that's right. And that's why Dimitri was holding on to the dagger. Was that
Dimitri wasn't his friend.
Kind of a friend-ish, but friendly enough to keep it away from his friends.
Okay, so as you wake up, you feel refreshed.
As in no exhaustion, or just back to 2 levels?
No exhaustion whatsoever.
Marvelous. So.
And you hear, everyone hears the sounds of horses in the distance.
Okay.
As in horses.
Horses.
Yes.
No, it's
As
a bunch
in
of
the
people
axe
with
can to here.
coconuts.
Click, 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 click. No who's, just horse sounds. Neighing.
So they're not iron shod. Well, as I said, Dimitri's happy enough, and he will look through his belongings and he confirmed the dagger has disappeared.
The dagger has disappeared, and all your belongings have been moved. They're all in different configurations. Your bookmarks have been moved to different parts of the pages. Your notations have been moved to different pages.
Okay. But the dagger's the only thing missing?
The dagger's the only thing missing. Takes you a while to go through everything, though, because you do have a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Well, so that was actually one thing I was going to talk to you about also. Was, can he attune to the bag of holding while he's down here?
You can, but it won't help you.
It won't give you access to them? No, okay then. So,
again, there's
it's the fact that they don't give access to the exponential space, yes, I thought.
Yeah,
So,
you can't access the astral plane from inside the world.
Yeah. So it won't necessarily take him that long to go through all the belongings that are not in bag of holding.
But anything you had thought that you could use is now in your bag.
Okay. So,
There is a benefit of talking to a god after all. He may not be able to open the bag of holding, but he could move things into your bag.
okay.
So you've now got a bag full of your stuff.
Okay, yep. Which probably annoying, and what I'll work out is because it occurred to me the fact that I couldn't necessarily actually check to see whether he'd got the dagger out because the dagger was in the bag of holding because it was something I didn't need to use. So
is it fireball time?
So apparently someone emptied all your bag of holdings into your backpack. The
Right.
moment you open it, it spills out everywhere.
okay. So,
Yeah, you've got your stuff.
I better work out exactly how much volume the code works it is. So, yeah, so I'm certainly packing things up or repacking, trying to get everything fitting into the backpack then.
And while he's doing that, everyone else can make a perception roll as you start hearing the sound of horses. And tell me if you get over 15.
17.
Nope.
So only one of you got over 15?
I got. Did you hear 17?
Yeah, I heard 17.
Okay, cool.
14 here.
And what about Playman? Or are you still in
Oh,
there?
sorry. 2 seconds. No, fucking thing. Hang on a sec.
Are you making your own dice?
Yeah, it sounds like it. What's
Oh,
starting a
that's
fire?
me. Sorry, I'll mute.
What am I doing again, sorry?
You're doing a perception roll.
Perception roll 12.
Okay, so only one of you seems to know where it's coming from. Apparently, Nasi has just gotten a better awareness of the world, having changed his ways.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I would have thought that Plummet actually had advantage on the perception to hear horses.
Well, he just has no idea where it's coming from.
Oh, okay.
And Nasi looks up and sees what looks like a herd of horses coming down towards him with wings.
Look, it's our neighbours.
No.
I point up and go, look, horses.
Are we allowed to do withering stares at fellow party members?
More than happy for you to do so.
No worry.
Am I getting a withering stare right now?
Could you please make an intimidation roll to actually make it withering?
Alright, what skill is that? Intimidation, you reckon?
Intimidation is charisma.
$18 plus... Oh, nothing. Oh, just charisma, so 23.
23. Okay, so yes, it is quite withering. You do feel withered at his side. It makes your hair stand up.
All of it?
Only some of it.
Okay.
You're not afraid. You're just, intimidated.
Yep.
Okay, so you see what is a flock of Pegasus come down, or herd flock, a herding flock of Pegasus come and land nearby and come towards you. How does Flamin react to a flying horse?
Plummet is awfully fond of horses, so it's the closest thing he's found to a horse right now. He's pretty happy.
And
Plummet.
you do note that your favorite horse has traits from these animals. These are what you'd imagine your horse would be if he was truly a celestial creature.
Plummet bows to the horse.
There is about 10 of them.
Plummet bows to the horses.
And
Or to the lead horse.
and the lead horse walks right up to Nasty.
I bow and place the book at my feet and say greetings.
It nods its head at you.
Are you here to help us on our journey?
It nods again.
Do you know where to take us?
It shakes its head.
But you will take us there
It
if
nods.
we guide you. I turn to everyone and say, "Hey guys, we got horses. We got Pegasi."
Or you do notice that all the Pegasi are just looking at just Nasty.
Because they recognise that the true Hawkmaster of the group.
Can I turn and look at the main one, the one in front of me, and say, "I know it's going to be a little bit of an inconvenience, but could you please take Dimitri too?"
You can see a look of annoyance on one of their faces. You know who's been selected.
Right, guys, I think we should jump on these Pegasi. I'd like to grab my pack and climb gently onto the one in front of me.
He even gets down on his knees to let you get up easier.
Yeah, well, I don't have as much height, so that's appreciated.
Why are they here? Do we know yet?
So, Nasty, you have this thought of you gave up your legs for this.
Yes. Should I actually say that? I said this was worth every second.
Every step you now don't have to take.
Yes.
You gave up your legs for this.
Yes, I did.
So you're what? You're now a Pegasi faring pirate?
Sure. I gave up my legs so that I could help save my god.
Fine.
And it is being paid to me in
The currency
lots.
Pegasi.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine. I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah, hey, we got a ride.
Yep. Ria's in autumn. Ria's just like, yep, fine, okay.
What's the DC to like overcome nervousness about getting on a creature that I've never ridden before?
It's probably let's see. I would say it'd be a will save versus however intimidating they look.
Martin, can I see that she's intimidated?
You can.
I would like
I
to
rolled
lean
a
in.
7, so I'm not sure about getting on these things.
I'd like to make eye contact and say, God wills it.
Which one?
We're on a mission from God.
Well, she knows because she's got the book.
Yeah. And I touch the book and look at her knowingly. Can I use some sort of not intimidation, because I'm not trying to intimidate. I'm trying to lovingly coerce. How do I do that?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Is that when the Pegasi say, we're getting the band back together, guys?
Well,
Add a
I
D8.
rolled a 19, so whatever I add to 19.
Add a
Okay.
D8 for Bardic Inspiration.
So a D8 for Bardic Inspiration as well.
Okay, so I add... What do I add for a persuasion?
Persuasion, you add charisma
Based on
plus
charisma.
your if you've got the
Proficiency bonus if you're
Yeah.
proficient.
No, I'm at 0 for bonus for that. So, but I did just roll an 8, so 27.
Okay, and behind you, the Pegasus is currently doing jazz wings to help you.
Excellent.
Okay.
Grace, are you persuaded?
She's still looking very skeptical, but she will attempt to try and get on the animal.
Nasty stop doing a Aladdin take my hand thing.
As you
Sure.
as you go to get up on it, it bends down so you don't have to work as hard.
Is Playman going to kill all these Pegasi just out of spite?
Nope.
She looks very ill at ease and not at all graceful. This is very different to being on a ship.
Is there something in my book about fly sickness?
Yes.
Yep.
Don't do it in front of your party while flying.
Right.
Do what
I-
the birds
I-
do. They
That's
fly in
fine.
formation without actually flying behind each other.
Excellent. So
Just
who
like
knows
in a
which,
boat.
who knows which way we're going?
Well, you should all know which way you're going by now.
When you ask that, all the Pegasi all look at you.
All right. Well, I point across the mountain the way that we've been heading towards where we are heading, and I say, "Onwards, my friends."
Okay, and they just start running and then start taking off.
And can I hum some sort of thing
Like the Valkyries.
to celebrate the god?
I've got my flute, so I can play the never-ending story music.
Come on,
Yeah, that'd be
fly the
perfect.
Valkyries to a bunch of Pegasi. There's no better time.
I am holding on for dear life whilst also trying not to hurt the creature.
So it sort of feels like you're on a boat and on a horse at the same time. It's such a weird feeling.
She's never ridden a horse.
Then it's just a weird feeling. But it is also exhilarating. You're feeling the wind rush past you like you remember on a fast ship in the wind. You see the
Yeah,
ground moving beneath you with ease.
Yeah, she's pleased about that.
And you feel, even though it doesn't have a saddle, that you're not going to fall off.
Awesome.
I'd like to just whisper my thanks to the Pegasi that the Pegasus is taking me.
I'll try and get closer to try and. When he does whisper, I just want to hear if he's mentioning his real name.
Have you got a real name yet?
Do you say? Do I know that I'm looking for a real name yet?
I don't know. Has he told you?
No, I'm just listening passively or actively, as the case may be, to pick up on something that my god has promised.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you are flying along above the mountain range. It feels a lot cooler up here than it did on the ground. You can notice the difference between the sensation of being on something that's constantly in sunlight to having space beneath you. The temperature drops at least 10 degrees.
Oh, right.
But it's not uncomfortable, it's just more comfortable. So it's like going around in something that's always about 30 degrees.
Yeah.
To about 20 degrees.
It's just what happens.
Fair enough.
And you find yourself heading over the mountains. Okay. As you do so, you see this is at about the 24-hour point from when you last saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You see another one of those shadows rise up from the city ahead, up to the sun. Seems every 24 hours one rises up, and this is the third one you'll see.
These things are so weird.
Does Nasty choose at this point to share his information with the group about how that's making the world weaker and it's going to destroy the sun?
I do that now.
You sort of hear him yelling in the wind.
Huh? What? Speak louder!
That every time that goes up, it makes the gods weaker.
You want the gods weaker. Got it!
I whisper into the Pegasus if the Pegasus carrying him drops him for a second and then catches him.
It just looks at you.
Oh well, it's worth a try. I'm just trying to teach him patience, of a more godly sort. I'm sorry for the suggestion.
And Stefan, give me a dexterity skill check or ride if you've got any sort of ride.
God damn it.
I don't think it is.
Oh, is it animal handling, is it?
I believe it's animal handling.
That's wisdom. So am I rolling wisdom or dex?
I think it's actually dex.
Okay. Alright. That's a... Oh, that's pretty good, actually. 21. Non-natural.
Okay. So, as you're riding along listening, suddenly your Pegasus just starts doing barrel rolls.
Okay. Do I...
You go, and you realize you're not really in control of these animals.
Fair enough. Do I manage to hold on?
Yep.
Okay.
You're holding on.
Are you aware these things aren't very well trained?
I think you'll find he's perfect.
What?
And then his wings flick out and you realize you're upside down.
Great. I'm still holding on for dear life.
Yep.
Well, no, you can't be upside down because
You can see the land above him and
that's
below
right.
him.
That's right. But the land is still below you, so it's okay.
The land's always below you, no matter which way he faces.
Even if my head hits the land below or above, it still splits. So it's still not good either way.
Gravity really gets Stefan up.
Okay, so you find that they fly you about close to you only travelled about 13 miles so far. So they take you the other 60 odd miles to the road.
Okay.
At which point they settle down there and let you off.
I have some rations. Can I open them up and offer some to the Pegasus?
They're more than happy to trot over to you like little ponies for the rations.
And I kind of share out a couple of days' rations and like try and give them all some.
Yeah, I'll contribute to that.
So think of it like a little cat or dog with a treat.
Yeah.
They're more than happy to follow you around for treats.
And can I just ask Plumman quickly, would you mind quickly double checking to make sure all their hooves and everything are healthy? And I explain this to the Pegasus.
It nods.
All right. And if you wouldn't mind, and I offer to pay him for it. I say that I'll give you 5 gold.
Plumman takes his hand axe back
That works.
and spend some time inspecting and cleaning hooves.
Okay, you look over the hooves. The hooves seem to be shod in silver.
Ooh.
Yep, still cleaning hooves, just in case there's shit in it.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like they have been. It doesn't look as if they've ever walked along the ground for more than maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
So that they look very much pristine, brand new, hardly any dirt or dust on it.
Gotcha.
Well, nice, easy job then.
Cool. Plumman does not explain anything.
But all of them come and hold their feet up for you.
Yeah. A more finer set of hooves I've never seen.
Okay.
I try and give him a hug and thanks.
Though you do notice that the leader's one has, unlike the others who have silver, his are in mithril.
Ooh.
It is very special.
And you can actually see that it's also engraved with runes that glow faintly as you
Oh,
touch them.
it's alright, now you're just showing off. God damn.
All right. So is everyone okay after the journey? Can we do a quick? I'll just double check everyone's feeling all right. You know, I want to make sure no one's like motion sick or hungry or need a drink.
Okay, and while you're doing that, the book that you were reading just falls out of your pocket onto the ground and open to a page.
I read the page.
It seems to be talking about how traveling in foreign lands sometimes require you to hide who you are. Not everyone is tolerant of outsiders.
I turn to everyone and say, "Hey guys, I believe we should be hiding who we are."
Why?
I'm gonna
Because
pull.
not every place, and I read out word for word what's on that page.
I'm gonna pull Little Miss aside and just kind of whisper in her ear, "What's with him?"
As you're doing that, you notice all the Pegasus bow towards Nasty Stump before flying off.
He's rededicated to Cimarak.
More like become intelligent.
No, he's rededicated to Cimarak and he's got his holy book.
Did he take a level of cleric?
I don't know, but I hear that and step in and go, maybe it's a little bit of both, and then walk off.
See, look, his perception's increased too. He's obviously got wisdom too.
I kind of looked a Little Miss and kind of give a raised eyebrow going, "Who the hell have I hired?"
And I'm.
Well, whoever it is, you're getting better value for money now.
I'd like to stop and pause for a bit and go, I'm really not sure, and kind of walk off thinking.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the name thing kicking in.
I'll just
in time for the light to change.
give Little Miss a pat on the shoulder and say, "Well, I'll leave that up to you to discover." Because
I'll just say to you, well, look, we're currently pretty much working for Simurak. He's rededicated himself to Simurak, so at the moment, I think that's probably a good thing.
I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, just very unorthodox.
No, it depends on what
Do
religion.
you know what's unorthodox? I step in and look at him very fiercely and say, "Do
You
you know what
can't hear this.
I've walked in to hear it.
You walked off.
I came back.
What?
You know what?
He's like a
do you know
boomerang.
what's
Every time
unorthodox?
he walks away,
The
he comes back
the
again.
systemic slavery of children in random city that I don't know the name of. That's atrocious.
Wait. So you've suddenly turned to this god and now you're going to get rid of slavery in this world? I thought we'd get rid of goblins.
No. I said he's rededicated to Simurak. He used to follow Simurak and then decided he was going to give up pirating and chop off people's hands. But after having a chat with him, he's rededicated.
Yeah, but now he's hang on a second. Now he's gone from chopping off people's hands to wanting to free slaves.
Just to clarify, I'm still allowed to chop off hands in certain circumstances. It says so in this book.
Okay.
I feel like this is important.
Okay.
See, isn't that reassuring, Rhea?
Sure. Very.
God, can you imagine if I kept going around like that? Someone might have gotten hurt.
People did.
I don't know who's laughing, but it's awesome.
God, I wish I had my seasons.
You do. Every time you have a long rest, you can now change it. Now that Asterius is helping you, he told you that last session.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. But I still haven't had a long rest yet.
You have a memory going. Oh, well, technically you have with your when you're doing your trance.
No, but I thought I didn't because everyone.
Eventually they stopped again, and they had the point of actually having the real long rest.
Oh, okay, right. I completely missed that.
After all Dimitri's faffing around, we eventually had wasted enough time that we were able to have a long rest.
That's it.
Hey, Dimitri was still travelling faster than you guys.
Yeah, but at least the slow spell helped. Maybe, possibly.
At least you know
But
it
that was
works.
it.
Certainly.
You were concerned about how fast we were travelling. Dimitri was travelling the fastest of everybody.
Dimitri, do you know what the actual point of all that was, don't you?
It was a question
You
of
are
faith.
annoyingly right most of the time, and we needed you to be awake for that. That's what it was.
So,
I think I killed him.
what you're trying to say is we needed him to be wrong for once.
I mean, we don't need it, but it would be kind of comforting for the rest of the world, I think.
I think you're giving him too much credit.
I don't think you're giving him enough.
So somewhere in this, transfer of personality, I think he got the leader hat.
Oh, did I? I didn't mean to.
Apparently.
I'm sorry. I'm not the leader.
Don't
I'm merely here to help.
Don't apologize. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, it's good. It's like a weird alternate thing in this other world, which Rhea's trying to understand what the fuck's going on.
I'd like to clarify, because I'm not sure everyone was here for it the last time I was made the leader, though.
That's okay.
Yeah, towards the end of the whole great spells.
Yeah, but now you found a deity, you found faith. You'll be fine, right? I mean, you're putting the band back together. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you don't really want to annoy the god of pirates, do you?
He's still withholding amputation rights. I don't know how committed he is.
No, I'm not withholding amputation rights. I'm doing it correctly.
Doing it where necessary.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because before, I was doing it on what I thought was training, and it was just intuition, and I was wrong. That wasn't the time to do it. I should have checked. There was
And in
things you
5
could
more
have...
levels, I can do regeneration to fix any mistakes on you and
So-
others.
Yeah, so when that happens, I'll reassess the situation. But right now, I'm trying to be better.
And when they have the ring of regeneration on their hand, don't cut off the hand with the ring.
I am trying to be a better half
That's
of
the
a man,
perfect time to
okay?
do it, 'cause You cut the hand off, and then you can keep the ring.
Check what my colours are.
I am trying to be a better half of a man, okay?
No, actually no, because if I swap to summer, I'm gonna say that. Where's the other half?
I wink.
I still stare at you blankly.
I wink again.
Are we playing some kind of game here?
I wink a third time, but a little bit more seductively.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Is there a reason we've stopped here?
Well, the Pegasi decided to drop us off, so unless you want to kind of get them
19.
back here and ask them to move.
19. They took us as far as they were able to,
So,
and we are exactly where we need to
right
be.
now.
Well, okay, so we've taken us to the road, and the road will take us to the Aztec City, where the goblins are there to eliminate or return.
And it took a whole bunch of time, so let's not waste any more. Let's go, guys.
Do I get any advantage? Do I get any? Is that a charm?
What? No, it's not a charm spell. It was he just has this come hither look
Oh right, okay.
with the wink.
Okay.
What's your wisdom saving throw?
I have a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
No. What is your wisdom saving throw bonus?
And I can inspire him to convince you, and therefore take D8 off your saving throw.
Yeah, please do.
Roll, 'cause I don't have saving throw.
If you don't have a
'Cause
saving
he-
throw for wisdom,
Because
then
he's
what's your
listening
wisdom
in on
bonus?
me because he's trying to figure out my name. He would have paid attention to that.
So it's just 0,
On a
which
behalf,
means he more
you're
than
on his
beat the
good
roll.
side.
Okay.
So he comes across as very attractive.
Oh no. Okay, cool.
I thought we were role playing.
So did I. Alright, well, I guess I will shake your hand and go, well, tell me about this new deity you speak of. Because obviously they've done wonders for your complexion.
I smile and I take him aside and start opening my book.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called these days?
Yes, it is.
Give me a religion roll.
Who, me?
No, I'm giving it to our nasty. Because he's opening the book, we'll see what comes out.
I don't know what to add, but I just rolled a 20.
Okay, so he opens the book to a section on marriage.
You can add
Okay.
Yeah,
intelligence.
I don't know how much of that I have, but a 20 is enough.
Why do you think I'm so concerned?
Marriage, relationships in the church, and faith, and
Okay. And what does it detail?
all the rites and ceremonies.
For this world or the one above us?
Any world.
He's not of one world or the other. He is of the world.
What are you
He
suggesting
is
here?
the world.
And how does this help us exactly?
We are here at his behest with his assistance, and he will show us the way. We will save the other gods, and at the same time, we will show him that we are worthy of his love and protection.
By getting
It's
married?
very simple.
What do you mean we'll show us the way? You'd already shown us the way and people aren't moving.
According
There you
to
go,
what you've
see?
just shown
And we
me,
lost-
we
we
all
lost
have to
Dave.
get married in order to be shown the way.
No, merely demonstrating some of his wisdom. Also, it's kind of fun to freak people out with that as the first page I opened, sorry.
I see. Okay.
But anyway, he does say that we do need to work fast, so I think we should go. I close the book, stand up, and start walking down the road.
well, okay.
It ends lesson number 1.
Don't marry on a whim.
Dimitri gives a bit of a whistle and says, points the other direction on the road and say this way.
I stop, look, am I walking the wrong way?
Did you point the wrong way, Jeremy?
Sorry?
Were you pointing
No,
the wrong way?
I'm pointing towards the Azcan City.
Okay.
I
I'm
believe
assuming the
that-
half went the wrong way.
No, I believe that I would have gone the right way because I'm being led by the true God.
Here we go.
Give me a survivor roll then.
What do you add for survival?
Wisdom.
16.
Yes, you were going the right way.
Ah.
So somehow you've managed to go from failing most of your rolls as nasty to whatever your new name is succeeding on most of your rolls.
I'm rolling this one die, and I'm not changing because it just keeps being nice to me.
I think it's the name change that's helping.
I'll go with it.
Okay, so as you're walking along, you do remember the passage you read earlier.
I do?
Not the wedding one, the one about disguising who you are.
Right. As I do that, I start thinking about the people in the area. They're all... What race are they again?
They are mainly human.
Mainly human?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any halflings and the like?
Not that you can see.
Right. Okay, so I suggest that we all get, like, in between the humans so that we perhaps from a distance look like children.
Okay, so that is roughly what they look like. Yep. There you go.
Oh, yep. And I recommend that everyone takes their shirt off.
Yeah, how about no?
Has anyone seen that scene from Conan where the guy's like, I'm ashamed of my body. And it's like, you have a beautiful body. And then he knocks him in the head and steals his robe.
It's not that I'm ashamed of my body. I'm currently yellow.
Yeah.
So Sin City?
No, but no, that's a good point though. So if he does take his shirt off, do I scream that the beacon to Gondor has been lit, or?
I guess so.
Possibly, but he's not on a mountaintop.
Well,
Fair enough.
you realise that more applies to Little Miss, considering she is actually albino.
Yeah. Anyway, my suggestion to everyone for them to assimilate is that I think we should have some sort of disguises or something so that people don't know who we are. And then I leave it at that and wait for everyone to talk because I respect everyone and want everyone to have an opinion and a say in what we do. Who the fuck am I?
I honestly don't know how I'm going to disguise myself.
I'm still working that out, but it's not a bad thing. I'm growing on it. It's growing.
I've got the
Magic?
invisibility spell.
Yeah, does anyone have magic?
Dimitri will attempt an altered self spell.
I've got the disguise self spell, but not the alter self.
I have alter self. Maybe I can try and do that.
As a player, I'm not certain like your work, but okay, Dimitri will give it an attempt.
Well, yeah, because illusions aren't the best in the hollow world.
Well, no,
That's
but
why I was wary.
yeah, but alter self is actually a transmutation. So it's a changing shape of one thing to another doesn't work.
Disguise self is first level illusion. Invisibility is second level illusion.
Yeah, but illusions do work, just not as effectively. So
Who
you probably
wants
find
to
your
cast it?
disguise self
They
will
both
left
take
for a short period of
concentration.
time.
Yeah, can I ask who wants to cast it?
Cast
Well, that's good.
That's what.
Well, I'll just
the
if we
disguise
are
self.
going to go with disguise self, I can cast it on everyone because it doesn't
Well-
take concentration. If you
walk
tell
up
me
to
what
you
you
and
want to be
offer for you to-
disguised as,
Yeah. I walk up and offer for you to touch the book while you cast it.
I've got my staff, which will help me against spells fizzling.
Alright.
So you're going to cast through the staff?
Yeah, if someone wants to be disguised.
Yes,
But-
I would like to be disguised.
How many people can you do?
Hang on, wasn't that disguise self you're talking about?
Well, I can cast 4 first level spells.
Yeah,
But-
but disguise
but I-
self only works for yourself.
Oh.
Okay, sorry, yeah, you're right. That's why they didn't worry about concentration. So I can do that on myself,
Yep.
and then I can cast invisibility on one other person because it takes concentration.
But again, that's only going to be a matter of minutes then at most, isn't it?
I cast it through the staff, so hopefully it's not too bad.
But even at full strength, invisibility only lasts for.
Or do you want one big mass thing? And I don't really have that. I don't really have a spell that is going to convert everyone, unless you're happy for me to polymorph into a giant flying reptile that I can then swallow everyone.
Would that work?
I mean, I can do that.
He could potentially digest everyone. That would be really messy when he turned back to normal.
Yeah, no
Maybe
thanks.
not digest. Maybe just regurgitate after a couple of hours.
Yeah, he's going to turn himself into a giant pelican and we can all be in the beak.
I'm just gonna be honest here. I don't
Oh,
trust your
an hour.
spellcasting as far as I can throw you.
Okay,
Sorry?
so we're down to. So it's only an hour.
Yeah,
And
well,
if
it's an hour
that's
for...
If that's not going to work for your plan, then
Well, to me, it's something that... well, okay. First of all, I say, Dimitri's attempting the Altered Self spell.
Yep.
Does it work?
I'm looking it up now. And
You
how
can
are you
check-
casting it?
Normally, he's not trying to use the diamond because, as I say, the artifacts have drawback, costs involved. So he's attempting it without anything. Without
because it's only second level.
So second level, transmutation. Okay, because like the statement in there about changing the shape of one thing to another doesn't work. Enhancing things has limited effect. Returning things to normal state seems to work. So I'm guessing you probably won't, but
Give
part of this whole-
me a caster check.
13 plus Arcana, isn't it?
Yep.
20.
Okay, it's painful. You don't know how long it will last, but you do manage to change your shape.
Okay, so in that case then, so he will take the appearance of an axe can, which he has seen on multiple occasions now.
You have. You look like an Azcan warrior.
So,
I grab a rope and hold it around my hands and off to the other end to him. To make it look like I'm a prisoner.
mm-hmm.
But not actually tying my hands, you son of a bitch.
Okay.
Just clarify.
Yeah, well, you realise, of course, that, like I say, these are certainly good options. We should be testing capability while we're moving. We're still a long way from the Citadel at the present time.
Yeah, I thought we were walking already, weren't we?
Yeah. But what I'm suggesting is that you possibly don't need... this was more just a test to see whether it can be done.
Yeah, and...
I don't necessarily think we need to have you tied up as we're walking on the road right now.
Ah, fair enough. Okay.
You're assuming he doesn't prefer it that way.
The main issue, of course, would be whether you're tied up or not. Is has Dimitri seen any halflings down in the Hollow World?
You haven't seen any yet, no.
No.
That would
There's
be a
been
good
known.
reason to have a halfling prisoner, though.
That's why I was suggesting that a prisoner would be the best option.
Well, but I want to get at the fact that if they don't exist down here, then where do I get a prisoner from?
How
You
we
found
got
me
down.
wandering and you are taking me to the authorities.
No, excellent. It's an option. But let's just keep moving and I'll just see how long I can hold this first.
Otherwise, I can do invisibility, and that can do multiple people.
Yep.
Because I can cast at a higher level, cast at level 4, and then get 3 people for, I don't know, however concentration works down here.
Concentration means you can only have one concentration spell running at a time. If you cast a
Yeah.
second concentration spell, your other spell fails. And down here, it seems to work the same as it does up. There's no roll needed to maintain concentration.
Okay, so I can cast at level 4 and maintain invisibility on 3 people.
Also, Martin,
Mhm.
now that I've got the spell up,
Yep.
I'm, and particularly since I suddenly have all my equipment again available,
Yep.
I'm going to pull out the small bag of sand
Yep.
and a separate belt pouch as well. And basically the idea of making getting two pouches about the same size, the idea, and putting a small hole in the pouch
Yep.
and allowing it to drain into the other pouch.
So, basic timekeeping kit.
Well, on the idea of, okay, thinking about how long I expect this spell to last for will give an indication of time it goes through the pouch. Obviously, be interrupted with the fact that the estimation of the spell is completely wrong, but it'll be an estimation.
Okay. So you start walking down the road with all this stuff happening at the time. So the road itself seems superb. It is better than any road you've walked on in the past. Nothing you've travelled on has been this smooth, architected, or maintained.
I was going to say, it's almost like it was only just built.
There is
and there'd be very little erosion from runoff of water.
there's absolutely no erosion whatsoever on it.
That's right. It is completely preserved as if it's only just been laid.
And you notice along the road there are various what appear to be slaves cleaning debris and dust off the surface, making it pristine.
Is this when Darcy thumps Dimitri over the head with his book and says, "Tell us what you're not telling us"?
So we are meeting people on the way?
You can see various what appear to be peasant or slave stock along the way.
I was going to say, and do they appear to be of Aztec heritage, or
most of them appear to be that,
alternates?
or from other cultures.
Right, so there are a variety of cultures amongst them. Okay. And so then...
And basically you can see some farmers working along the road and some jungle clearings here and there with what appears to be fishermen beside a narrow brook.
Okay. Well, certainly as we see the first people the first people we see in the distance, I would suggest that it looks like we may wish to determine disguise options sooner than I expected.
Could we possibly talk to the slaves and see if we could get some clothes?
Hang on. Are you trying to free the slaves or steal their clothes? Now I'm very confused.
I'm asking if we could borrow clothes from them willingly to help free them.
Is that what you meant by freeing slaves? Because
yes.
I had a different interpretation.
I have many interpretations.
He likes things to hang loose.
I am both confused and intrigued at the same time.
Okay, so you wander over to the slaves.
And I'm assuming they only speak a certain language, so I turn to Dimitri and ask if he could try to speak to them.
Does comprehend languages allow you to speak languages, Martin?
Don't believe so.
I don't think you can speak it, just listen.
Okay,
You do your 10-minute ritual and then you can listen in.
You need the tongues, I think, for... Yeah, it just talks about understand any spoken language you hear and understand any written language you see, as long as you're touching the words.
Okay, so on the bright side, some of you have amulets you got from the elves, everyone except Dimitri, who didn't put it on. So you can actually understand any language spoken in here, you just can't read it.
Do I have one of those too?
You do. Everyone did.
Do.
Right, okay. I'm missing this. Cool, all right, well...
But more importantly, do the slaves have them? I find it very unlikely.
No, but you do realise that you also speak languages other people understand.
Oh, cool.
It was a bi-directional thing. I'm just checking to see what they actually, when they gave it to you.
Well, they gave it during the trip down from the monastery. Like, it was immediately under the monastery where we came across them, and before we went down to the Hollow World.
Yeah, so yes, while wearing it, you can speak any language.
Cool. All right. I guess we go over and say hi.
Which means there's no cursing in another language around people because they all understand every language you say. No matter how many languages you switch to. Unless, of course, you write it down, in which case it's like, I can't read that. So that's why you have Martin with his ritual of, give me 10 minutes, I can read it.
That's right.
Make you saying the fact that, well, yeah, I might look like an X-Can, but I don't speak X-Can.
Fair enough. Well, I guess I go talk it. I go say hi.
And just pointing out, it was noted that Dimitri was the only one who didn't put it on, so...
I've got it, but I just didn't put it on.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you walk over, and they sort of kneel in front of you as you come over, with their necks exposed.
I say, greetings. Why are you like this?
We are slaves, and we do not want to offer offence.
You do not offer offence. Please, stand up.
It is not permitted to stand in the presence of our betters.
I kneel down next to them so that they can hear me a bit better. I do not wish to come to you as a better. I come to you as a friend.
And of course, you've got Dimitri standing there looking like an Azcan warrior with a haughty, silent, being haughty and silent.
Yeah. They look at, they sort of glance up and see the Azcan warrior who you came up with, and they just look down again.
Right. Would it help if he was not here?
They basically turn white. We don't want to be a part of his death.
He won't die. Dimitri, flick the switch. I'm hoping you do.
Dimitri's curious as to exactly what you're suggesting. So
could you please
just walk away.
Could you please drop your disguise?
It was you that suggested that we don't want to appear to be who we are.
I am rolling with the God's will.
Dimitri will walk away.
All right. He is gone. Now we can speak person to person. What is your name?
My name is Clock.
Clock.
Yes. My friend here is Bitla, Flot, and Palko.
They are glorious names.
Thank you.
I wish I had one as glorious as yours.
You look like you deserve one.
I'm looking for one at the moment. I found a new way, but I'm working on it.
Oh, are you a follower at Seattle?
Martin, that's not the same person, is it?
No, it's definitely not the same person.
Whole different thing.
I follow the one that is true to my heart.
And who might that be?
He has many names
Many
and
gods
many
have
power.
names. Is he the god of the sun? Or the god of darkness?
I think he's the god of the sun, isn't he?
The god of the moon, actually.
Oh, shit.
Martin, just confirming here. So I'm assuming Dimitri is not understanding this conversation.
No.
But he has heard Azcan speaking before, hasn't he?
He has, yes.
So, Dimitri will probably go up to Raya and say, I'm surprised that Stump speaks Azcan.
Well, you're not hearing Azcan. You're hearing your fluent Elvish.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's speaking Elvish, but trust me, he's gone above and beyond today. Like he became religious, learned how to read, all in the same sitting, and now he's traveling.
Obviously speaking Azcan, so I'm pretty certain those slaves over there are not speaking Elvish.
Well, I guess so, but he's still impressive compared to a day ago. So I'm very confused, but intrigued.
I'm very hurt, but I'll move on.
How may we help you, servant of the light?
We are moving into the city, And the garb that we have has been spoiled. It's not suitable to enter the city to be shown to those that are worthier than I. And I was wondering if perhaps you had an idea of where we could get some clothes that would be more suited to city life.
I'm happy to give you my loincloth.
I would not want to take your only loincloth, but I would pay if you had other ones that we could buy off you.
I can't spend money.
Then perhaps I can help you heal a wound or help. Is there something that I can help you with?
I do not need money. I'm happy to just give you, or sisters, I'm happy to just give you my loincloth. Happy to help a servant of the light.
Do you have a loincloth that's not your only one?
I'm a slave. Why would I have more than one?
So, Stump, how far to the city?
How far are we from the city?
You're about 5 days' walk.
I relay this.
Oh, probably keep moving then.
I would be careful on the road because soldiers there are not so nice.
Is there a safer way to get to the city, or would you suggest a certain way?
He thinks. He did see traveling earlier a strange creature with a black monkey on its shoulder at the head of a long line of prisoners who seemed to be in glorious union with Atziotl.
With a monkey on its shoulder?
Yep.
Right. Does that mean anything to anyone if I relay it?
Well, sounds like the goblin being affected by the brethren.
Right,
Just
cool.
like we got told by the dying caravan guy.
And how long ago did you see that?
I believe that was less than a week ago.
And how quickly were they moving? Were they moving at normal pace or fast?
They had chariots and horses and people marching, so probably about would have been in the main city at least. So I think they would have come by 7 days ago because it was about 2 days ago that the big serpent started to rise up into the sky, and it's happened twice since.
So the serpent has ridden 3 times.
Yes, 3 times.
Which makes 3 times in 24 hours. However, they're saying that's 7 days.
No, it's 3 times in his lifetime, and it's all happened each 24 hours apart.
Oh, you're only 3 days old.
No, the serpents have only risen up into the sky the last 3 days.
Right.
It has only been a daily occurrence, or an occurrence at all, 3 days ago.
Fair enough. Okay. In that case, we will continue on. I thank you for your offering of your loincloth, and I will read your name, Clock.
My name is Clock.
I hope to meet you again.
I'm sure my friends will be happy to give you their loincloths too.
I turn to the party. Do we take the loincloths, guys?
Do you want to pretend to be a slave?
Well, it's a way to get in.
Are they wearing anything else?
Nope. They've just taken all their loincloths off and handed it over.
Can we trade them for it?
No, they don't want anything for it. I feel really bad about this, but I'm wondering how important it is for us to have a disguise. That's why I'm asking.
There's a problem.
The loincloth is not a disguise.
Yeah, there's a problem with that, which is things like Plowman can't put his hammer down, and that would look awful weird.
Which hammer?
He could keep it in his pants.
A loincloth is not a disguise. It simply exposes more of your non-Azcan features.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just going to point out...
Casting invisibility on 3 of us is still part of mine.
Yeah. I thank them, but say that there is another path that leads for us, and that I wish them all the best, and that they have a fruitful day.
They bless you in the name of Atziotl.
I feel very blessed. and I turn to the guys and go, all right, let's go.
Did I mention that I can polymorph into a giant bird and pretend to be their god?
You could polymorph into a loincloth for us.
Yes, but then who'd wear him?
Nasty.
Anything evading dice or less.
Hey, Martin.
Yep.
24 on a perception check and 21 on a religion check. Can I pick up the gist of that last statement from the slave? You recognise the name Axiotl?
Yep. You do pick up the name. It is a name you've heard before.
Yep.
Axiotl is the opponent of Atzantiotl.
So, okay.
The sun god versus the corruptor god.
Okay, right. Yep. So I was thinking of it being the opponent of a Kuragan. Yes. Okay. So
Atzantiotl is the opponent of a Truagan. Axiotl is the
sun god type stuff. Yeah. And she said, and the slave said Oxyotl.
Yep.
Not Atzantiotl. Okay.
Yep. But they did say that the procession that went past seemed to be in the vein of Atzantiotl.
Yeah. Although I probably say that would have been harder to pick up in the middle of the conversation. So. Whereas the blessing at the end of a conversation was, I figured, easier to get the gist of. So.
Okay. So you start heading off down the road again?
Yep. And I just let the guys know of all the conversation, mention that the soldiers aren't as nice, everything they told me about them going a week ago, the fact that the dragon has only gone off, 4 times. 3 times, sorry. All that kind of stuff.
Towards at the end of the conversation, did I pick up the a mention of the Oxiotl?
Yeah, they gave their blessing in it, I think.
Curious.
Or was that the one right at the end if I got the name, got it back front?
No, sorry. It was talking the one at the end, which is apparently the sun god the thing. But yes, that's curious, because the Azkans worship Atzantiotl.
If only you had someone you could ask questions of.
Should I go ask them?
And when did you learn to speak Azkan?
I believe this funky amulet I have lets me do that. Actually, don't you have one?
The one from the Shadow Elves?
Sure. I just spoke to them and they spoke to me.
How many did we have?
I think everyone got one.
Yeah, we had one each. Dimitri will look around to the rest of them and say, did you guys understand the conversation in Azkan?
Yep.
But you weren't
I
hearing
understood what they were saying.
But you weren't hearing it in Azkan, though, were you?
No, it sounded like Makai to me.
Dimitri will pull the amulet out of his backpack and put the amulet on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And once it's sitting in place, everyone just starts talking Traldaran to you.
Curious. Yeah, I'll take it back off again and keep doing the test again. But talk about the fact that you did not notice that suddenly everyone was speaking native languages.
I assumed
worked
it
it
was
out.
the will.
I just figured everyone knew.
Yeah, I assumed it was the will of my god.
I knew it was the necklaces because it started happening then.
But aren't the necklaces part of the plan that is our god?
Yes.
Not my god, honey.
Yeah, our God, everyone's God, the God.
The one
You'll
true
pick it up.
God.
You mean Mysterious, the one who
Do we
spoke
have to?
in the Greens?
Do we have to attune to it?
No, you don't. That's the beauty of power given by an evil god. The first
Oh
taste
wait,
is always
is
free.
this from the wrong God?
This is from the Shadow Elves that took us down from the monastery into the Hollow World.
Right. So does that mean that I'm
Well
doing
before you reconnected with your god.
So am I doing a disservice to my God now, Martin?
You don't know.
He didn't mention anything about it. But...
He didn't mention anything, and you were wearing it when you were asleep.
You were.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I'm just going to go with it for now.
Look at it this way: if you didn't have it, you probably couldn't achieve anything while you're down here.
Fair enough.
You'd have to learn every language before you entered the culture, and that would take a lot of time.
If that's what he wished of me, God wills it.
Well, he probably figured that you can't do much good for him down here if you don't wear it.
That's true. He is very wise.
And plus, power is only evil if you put it to evil purposes.
Oh, that's getting into a conversation a bit too deep for D&D.
I know that is the exact conversation of D&D, unfortunately. More so in the Pathfinder one than this one, but the Pathfinder one really goes deep into that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so as it is nearly 11:15, I think this is a good point to stop as you continue down the road.
Yep.
And you're heading towards the one of their major settlements.
Yay.
And basically, we'll finish the game with you seeing another one of those shadows go to the sky. So your 4th day here.
Not so yay.
Well, every day you're here, you since you arrived has been since those shadows have been going to the sun.
Yeah.
If we're finishing there,
Yep.
Did I get an indication as to how long in the spell the pouch of sand lasted for?
You managed to make it go for about an hour.
Well, so if the pouch of sand lasted about the same length of the spell. Is that what you mean?
Transmutation spells were not limited in time.
Okay. Okay, so I'm certainly going to assume the pouch went for what I believe would be an hour, but I'm assuming that's an hour.
Yep.
Without knowing that the spell might have changed. Nice to know it didn't. So, okay then. Well, thank you very much, all.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Have a
everybody.
good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for playing, and I will see you all again soon, if not sooner. As the case may be.
I do apologise that Dimitri had a strong will and was a bit stubborn in ways.
Hey, it was true to its
Playing
character.
it consistently, no worries.
I say, it's just this. His wisdom save is certainly one of his better saves. So.
Look at that. As a result, we now have the holier nasty with a new name.
That's right.
I'm sure he'll start taking levels of cleric soon.
I'm gonna have to, I think.
So,
Maybe-
so he's,
maybe
no longer,
paladin.
he's no longer nasty stump, he's holy stump.
Should you be taking paladin instead?
Oh
Well,
no.
he has a fighter background, so maybe he should be paladin.
I'm wondering if maybe I have to let go of that though.
And he's true oracle.
Choose whichever class fits with your attributes.
No, I'm wondering whether I have to give up fighting altogether.
Well,
That
maybe
become
Be the
heal.
way of, to be the
if you
way of
ain't
a
got
doctor and a
charisma 10,
healer.
I wouldn't bother switching to any of those classes.
Sorry, guys.
Have a
All
good
right,
night.
see you later.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to put it under end
I'll be in
credits.
hospital in 2 weeks, so I'll see you whenever.
Okay, and let me know if you need time off before coming back.
I'll see how I'm going. So, yeah, brain surgery on the 28th, and then I'll be in hospital for 3 or 4 nights. So that'll take up that Wednesday gaming session, and then I'll know more by the end of that week once I'm out.
Yep. Good luck with it all.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, good night.
See ya.
Holy was the nasty. Holy was his God.